Today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Ahri by taking you through a series of games from Iron to Master Tier. There are going to be chapters in the description, so you can go to whatever matchup or whatever ELA you want to go to. In case any of you are wondering who I am, I'm Shori. I was formerly the rank 1 Ahri on NA, and I've been challenger every single season since season 4 on EOS, Korea, and NA, and I've been a professional coach for about 6 years, coaching all the way from Iron to on stage and pro play. So, what I have for you here is a little cheat sheet, and as a front-end developer, I promise you this hurts me more than it hurts you to show you. I'm not great in Photoshop, so this is not great laid out, but it hopefully gives you a basic understanding of what to build on Ahri. So first item we have up here, either Malignance or Blackfire Torch. Depends on the game. Malignance is generally speaking your go-to. Blackfire Torch is better for straight-up damage output, especially if the enemy team is short range. You can really apply that Blackfire Torch a lot and get a lot of damage off. Blackfire Torch, you're always going to be playing Cosmic Drive or Liandry's because this build revolves around kiting and getting as many Blackfire Torch procs as possible. You'll probably play this in combination with Ahri as well, because Ahri gives you access to haste, which allows you to get a lot more spell rotations off and thus getting more Blackfire Torch procs, right? In terms of Malignance, you have 4 options. Are you going to play Horizon Focus? Are you going to play Crypt Bloom, Shadow Flame, or Lich Bane? I'm going to go through the reasoning for 3 of these. Shadow Flame is great if you want a lot of upfront damage and you have a lot of targets that you can one-shot. So what you would do is if you're playing against a very squishy comp, you play something like a Malignance with a Shadow Flame and then Magic Penetration Boots and then just play for pure one-shots, right? If you have a lot of magic damage on your team and the enemy team is going to build Magic Resist, you should opt for Crypt Bloom second instead, because that gives you magic penetration, percentage magic penetration ahead of the curve, right? This allows you to go Malignance, Crypt Bloom into Death Cap without even needing to worry about building Magic Resist later on. And the reason for Crypt Bloom instead of Void Staff is this gives you cooldown reduction, so you don't feel like you have very long cooldowns during the mid game. Horizon Focus is more of a utility-oriented setup. This is if you're trying to play for charms and picks with your teammates and you have a lot of damage on your team already. This turns you into more of a CC bot, so you would be playing something like Malignance with Lucidity Boots and then Horizon Focus and then go Emax second to maximize your charm potential and your pick potential with that. Third item, you're basically always going Death Cap unless you're playing Blackfire Torch, Cosmic Drive, and then Void Staff if the enemy team has a lot of Magic Resist. But any variation of this build, Death Cap third is just a must-have. And then fourth, you can go Void Staff if you didn't pick up a Crypt Bloom. Void Staff gives you more damage than Crypt Bloom. The only reason you like Crypt Bloom second is because it gives you cooldown reduction and it feels very bad to not have cooldown reduction on Ahri. Then Hourglass if the enemy team has a lot of AD or a lot of dive, and Banshees if they have a lot of AP, right? In terms of boots, basically, you should only be playing Sorc Shoes if you're going Shadow Flame and going for maximum upfront damage. Otherwise, Ionian Boots are the stock standard, allows you to get more charms off, allows you to have more cooldown reduction for your ult. Merc Treads are great if you're playing against AP mid-jungle, just because it makes you a lot harder to kill. And, I mean, they're great for team fighting because the tenacity allows you to move around fights a lot more easily. In terms of runes, Ahri, very easy to play around, gives you the most amount of haste possible. Downside, less burst and no ultimate hunter, which means your ult cooldown is going to be quite a bit longer. This is great if you're playing Horizon Focus or if you're playing Blackfire Torch, something that really revolves around a lot of cooldown reduction. This is a cooldown reduction build. Electrocute, I like going almost every single game, and I like pairing it with Mana Flow Band and Transcendence. Just gives you mana through the mid game, gives you Ultimate Hunter, which allows you to really have a lot more ult plays during the game, right? Which Ahri without her ult is quite useless, so having Ultimate Hunter allows you to have it up more frequently, which means you can force more plays. If you are against a tough matchup, a matchup that really bullies you, you can run Bone Plating and Overgrowth second, just because that allows you to not bleed as heavily in lane and get to the most important part on Ahri, which is getting level 7 or level 9, so you can really one-shot those waves and start looking for roams. The main thing you'll notice in these videos is I will play very passively until I hit level 7 and level 9, and then it switches, and I start shoving every single wave and looking for plays and not even interacting with the enemy laner. It is absolutely crucial you get to that point without falling behind, because that's when Ahri starts taking over. It is not early, it is not late, it is from level 7, level 9, and then all the way through mid-game. But yeah, enjoy the videos. You can check them out. Oh, also, if you want to buy coaching or you want to ask some questions, you can join the Discord. There's a link in the description to a coaching site as well, mid.coach, if you want to get some coaching. But yeah, hope you enjoy. See ya. Well, now we are in Iron. And you know the rules. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy in the laning phase. I am just going to play it slow. I'm going to let this enemy Velkoz get away with whatever he wants to get away with. Looks like we have a little bit of a funny situation level 1. You're gonna hit that hook. Nice. Velkoz can die here, or at the very least lose his flash. I think he can actually die. The way to kill him here is I run with him, then I auto-attack W, auto-attack. I think he just dies. I should have let him live, probably. Just for, like, sake of keeping this video kind of fair. So that's on me. I just wanted to show you the cool way that you can, like, try to maximize DPS when your spells are coming up. You can kind of walk with someone instead of firing auto attacks on them, because then they're gonna get out of range. So that's on me. That's on me. I'm gonna let the Velkoz solo kill me back because I want this lane to be somewhat equal, and I want it to be like a cool dynamic instead of what? Oh, okay. So Velkoz is now roaming. He is making my jungler's life miserable, which is fun. I'm not gonna follow this roam. I don't really care. Level 1, you generally speaking should not really go for any plays that causes you to lose minions, unless it's absolutely vital for your jungler. But generally speaking, I just wouldn't recommend it. I'm gonna let Velkoz kind of get away with whatever here. If he wants to farm some minions, he can farm some minions. I do have a sizable advantage, right? So I should walk up and try to slap him. But we're gonna try to keep it as simple as possible and just play for last hits. That's what I always preach. Play for last hits. If you can learn how to last hit safely, you will basically just spawn in gold elo or silver elo, right? Like you'll get out of iron for sure. If you can learn how to last hit and learn how to push waves, you'll be golden. So we're gonna just push some waves here, use my Q. Not gonna look for the Velkoz at all. Against the ranged matchups, I like doing double points in Q. The reason being is it just allows you to push faster, so let's do that. And then here we can look to go up and go for a ward because we have a timer where we can do something. So let's go for a ward here on the top side. This is gonna give us a side of the lane that we can hug towards if we wanna push the lane and play very aggressively. So, for example, what you can do here is you can Q the wave twice to push it out, get the enemy laner under tower. Notice how I'll play away from the enemy Velkoz, make sure that I don't get harassed, and then I'll push the waves with my Q whenever it's available. And then here you would have a massive opportunity to trade with the Velkoz because you have a big stacked wave that he has to kind of walk into to be able to trade back with you. I think I should maybe kill myself here. Or at least die, just so the lane is somewhat equal before we get to level 6. But I'm just playing for CS. I'm using Qs on the wave, just using double Qs on the wave and then walking back. That's it. This is kind of how you can avoid going for any trades in the lane. You can start doing this after level 3. After level 4 most of the time if you're playing against melees, because then you're taking charm level 2 and you need 2 points in Q to be able to do this. But you should start playing for this as early as possible, ideally. Mostly because at the lower end of the ladder, people can't really last it under tower very well. So you just fire a Q at the wave, run away from the enemy laner, try to be as far away from them as possible. That's why you'll notice I'm playing on the diagonal so that the Velkoz can't very easily hit me. I'm gonna just die here, I think. Yeah, let's just die. It's okay. Just die, make the lane somewhat equal. Give him back that kill that I got level 1, just so it's not completely unequal. Probably gonna go die mid lane once more, just so I can at least somewhat prove a point. My bot lane is also stomping. My top lane is getting blasted though. I have a lost chapter now as well, because I got that kill level 1, so I'm a little bit sad about that, because that changes the dynamic of the lane a little bit. Actually, it doesn't really matter that much. You're gonna be pushing waves regardless. This just allows you to push the waves a little bit more easily, but let me show you what I mean. Okay, you can slap me all you want to, that's okay. I can take all the damage, it doesn't matter. Let me show you why it doesn't matter. Because you press Q on the wave like this, then you press W on the wave, and then you walk back. You stand defensively, then you Q the wave again, or you just auto-attack it, and now you can do whatever you want to. Ahri has this lovely, lovely passive that allows you to sustain very easily in lane if you can push out the wave and get minions, which, I mean, is awesome. He is dead here. Let's just like be very honest about this fact. He's very dead here. But I'm gonna push out the wave here. Please don't die. I don't want to kill you again, but like I really don't. I want to keep this video somewhat fair. Bot lane is kind of stomping. Maybe I go die mid lane once more, just so the lane is a little bit more equal. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I think this is okay. get ourselves a little bit further behind. He question marks me in chat. That's reasonable. That's very reasonable. Nothing I can realistically buy here. Dark Seal might be a good purchase. And let me explain why Dark Seal might be a good purchase. So, Ahri has certain breakpoints where she needs a specific amount of AP to be able to one-shot the caster minions with a Q. Level 7 is one of those breakpoints. If you are doing well in terms of generating gold and CSing, if you have a Lost Chapter and a Dark Seal, you'll get one wave where you can one-shot the caster minions, which gives you one wave of tempo. Usually, that one wave isn't going to matter, but that is something that can for sure be considered. Generally speaking, I would recommend you just sit on the gold and wait until you have Blasting Wand. Blasting Wand automatically gives you a one-shot on the caster minions. Again, we're going to play a very non-interactive style here. I just want to push out waves. Maybe I die to him once more just to make the lane a little bit more equal. But I don't mind getting hit by spells. That's okay. I'm trying to push out the wave. So, we will do just that. He is standing in the wave very aggressively. This is good play by him. Is he going to ult? Yeah, then I will ult out. But we're trading ults here. Realistically speaking, I should be looking for trades on him when this happens. Like, try to trade back with him. But I think it's okay to just lose lane a little bit here. I can die here quite easily. But I'm about to hit level 7. Now let's see if we can get our base off. This is very bad by him. He's standing in front of the wave. That opens up for a very, very easy charm. And if I can land a charm on him here, he's pretty close to dead on a charm flash. But I just want to, again, keep playing at range. Throw Qs, run away. Probably charm this or W it. Should I die here? Yeah, maybe just die here. Just once more. Just so we're really equal in the lane. So let's just walk in. Push out the wave here. And then he will probably kill me. I don't know why he's not killing me. But I am very dead here. He's trying to dodge my charm, which is very sweet. But I'll just let him kill me. Hey, buddy, it's okay. There you go. Sweet. Okay. Now we have our game on our hands. 1 and 3. 70 CS at minute 8. He's 40 CS, so we're like, believe it or not, like this is why I cannot stress how important it is to learn how to last hit at the lower end of the ladder. He is 3 kills up. Or well, he's 2 kills up, right? I'm ahead of him in gold. He's gonna come back to lane, and he is... Actually, we might be equal in gold. We might be just equal. But it's close. I think I'm slightly ahead of him, but it's not gonna show because he's gonna have boots and alternator. Or he's just gonna have a flat alternator. In which case, I will be ahead of him. But now we start entering this point of the lane where, as Ahri, you start shoving out every single wave. So you just Q the wave, run away. I missed a lot of minions there. That's kind of bad in terms of like I missed my Q on a lot of them. If the enemy laner steps up, you fire a charm on them, and then you run away again. Like your intention is to never fight, push the waves, and then leave. So here I'll try to go for a roam up here. Looks like there's some funny shenaniganry happening. I can probably catch the Nidalee over the wall here. Oh, she ran up, and my Cho'Gath ran away, so we're not gonna catch her. Do I need to ult? Let's think. Yes. She dies. Nice. Come back to mid lane. I am down a full level, which is always fun. Ult again. Try to ult to reposition my Qs and my spells so I can land them more easily against the Velkoz. Now I have no ult, so my roaming potential is going to be a little bit worse, so we have to be a little bit more defensive. It's okay to give up push now as well, because Velkoz is one of those champions that can just murder you from full health if he lands a full rotation on you. So in these instances where you don't have ult, it's okay to just sit back and be defensive. Having push is not that important when you don't have ult, because your roams are a lot worse, right? So you can kind of afford to sit back. Hopefully Velkoz flashes this and he survives. That was a Q from the boy. Oh. Velkoz is going to have to take his base regardless here. That's crazy. You're dead there to a flash, man. But, okay. We're going to let you get away with it just to prove a point. Push out the wave. Take my base here because I have Malignants and Boots in base and my ult is coming up soon. Whenever you have your ult on cooldown, you want to bias slightly more towards taking a base because you are useless without your ult. So if you can base while you're waiting for it, that's ideal. I want to ult mid lane or TP mid lane here, grab a sweeper because I'm level 9 and this wave or lane is very non-interactive. So I want to start getting a sweeper because that's going to allow me to roam a lot more easily. So we're going to shove out the wave. Again, the Velkoz is dead here on multiple occasions, right? Charm Flash kills him. Charm Auto WQ probably kills him. But we're going to let him live, and we're going to look for a bot lane roam. Looks like the Jhin can be dove here, but I preach don't go for any roams that you think are slightly risky or that you don't think is very, very high likelihood of success. So we're just going to go back to mid lane, push out the wave. Velkoz is teleporting bot lane. Massive mistake on his part. Why? Because that means he's not mid lane and catching this wave, in which case I will slap this tower. And I will not move. If the enemy laner just leaves on a very bad roam timer, and I don't see a need to follow that roam, because I don't think the roam is, like, I don't think I can either do anything, or I don't think the roam is very good, or I think I can get more from just sitting in mid lane, I will do that. You'll see a lot of my videos. I don't really roam or I don't really follow roams that much. Especially not at the lower end of the ladder. Why is that? Well, it's because resources are just so much more important. Getting minions is just so much more important. Also, Velkoz went bot lane here, right? And he didn't get anything. That means he's now behind mid lane, despite the fact that he killed me 3 times, right? That means he's not really going to be able to generate push very easily either. Which means, well, he's going to have a lot less opportunities to roam in the future. So now I'm going to be able to dominate mid lane a lot more than I would have previously. This guy can die. The problem is there's a Nidalee here as well. So let's just leave. Maybe base? This can be a bit dodgy. I might need to ult out here. I think that's okay. I mean, I'm just looking for his E. Charm. Okay, run away. I mean, I'm not gonna continue this fight. I'm kind of confused about how no one joined it. I feel like I was getting spam pinged to go in, and then I looked at my minimap, and my entire team was in base. Like, that was super, super funny. I think Lichbane makes a lot of sense this game. Shadow Flame, you could also argue, is incredibly, incredibly strong this game because the enemy team is very one-shottable, right? They have 4 squishy champions. I just have tended to like Lichbane more than Shadow Flame recently. I don't know what to say. It gives you one-shot potential, it gives you a lot of side laning pressure, and it gives you cooldown reduction, which Shadow Flame doesn't do. It gives you less upfront damage, which that sucks, but there's a potential for a lot more damage. I'm not gonna block. You have W, right? Yeah, you have W. You're fine. He was not fine. You had W, buddy. Surely, right? Surely he had W. Velkoz is probably one-shottable here if I play with Q and try to chunk him out a little bit. But notice how I'm just running around and then walking up, queuing the wave, and then instantly running away. As soon as I get that Q off, I'm out of there. Because I do not want to fight him. Yeah, I'm getting spam pinged. Respect. We can probably take a fight here. Look for Senna. Be a bit slow. Okay, slow. I think she wasted her jump, so she might be killable here. Blitzcrank got the kill. That's unlucky. Play it slow. Over the wall we go. Slowly. Bad charm on my part, if I'm honest. The reason it was a bad charm is my Blitzcrank knocked him up, and I charmed before the knockup went through. So the charm was guaranteed if I waited a little bit longer and layered it with his CC, but I just straight up didn't because I was not really paying attention. I don't know why my Samira is so fixated on running mid lane now, but sure. We get Jhin Flash here. I don't know if he's necessarily killable. Charm Flash might kill him here if I was a little bit faster with it. Charm Flash can probably just kill him straight up. We're in a very awkward situation here, where I killed 3 people, but I have to go match the one guy that I didn't kill, while having expended all the resources of killing 3 people. So I have to take my base here, because otherwise I'm going to be in a very, very awkward spot where I can't really do anything. TP bot lane is not terrible here. I mean, it's not optimal, right? But Yeah, we might as well TP. I don't see really anything else that I can do. Looks like he's just gonna run at the Jhin. Jhin should be no flash. I think we can just walk him down. Yeah. Okay. The Blitzcrank is kind of smurfing. I could ult here. I thought that Q would clip. I don't know why my Samira ran bot lane here. Yeah, my Samira just loves running around the map kind of dizzily, it feels like. So I'll run mid lane here. It's very, very important, by the way, that you always, like, if you do not think you are absolutely required in a play, then you just leave and go collect minions somewhere. You can see, like, my Samira, they're all running bot lane. Oh, they want to play for that tower. I don't think I'm really needed in that play, and I don't think I will add a lot of benefit to getting that tower that wouldn't have, like, I don't think I'm going to increase the likelihood of getting that tower significantly. So I'm just not going to go. I'm going to pick up minions mid lane instead. I see a lot of lower end players, lower MMR players especially, in these sort of situations that I have to ult out here. That sucks. I can ult back in and try to play a range. Oh, that was a bad charm. I might be dead. I'm very dead. I spaced back in trying to kill the Nidalee. That's my bad. Get Lich Bane though. It's so funny, like, how absolutely far ahead I am, despite the fact that Velkoz and I, practically speaking, have the same score. But it is just CSing. Like, I'm telling you, it is just collecting minions. That's it. That's why it's so important that you prioritize CSing above everything else. Especially during the early stages. When you get towards mid-game, you can get a little bit more nuanced with it. But generally speaking, you want to get into the side lane as well and apply some pressure and then look for plays after you have pushed out your side lanes. That's what I'm going to be doing right here, as a matter of fact. Now, my Samira, realistically speaking, should be running mid lane and I should be running top lane because I want to be in the side lane and my Samira wants to be mid lane because then she can take push a lot more easily. But it looks like she's decided to not do that. Is it Velkoz? Velkoz is dead if he TPs here. It was Nasus. How was it Nasus? I thought I just saw you mid lane, buddy. Is my Nocturne gonna help me? Nah, my Nocturne does not like me. As luck would have it. Okay, Nasus should die here. Charm, nice, he dies. Enemy heralds mid lane. Again, I don't care. There's a play happening mid lane, that's cool. I'm just gonna push my waves top lane. And then I can pay attention to mid lane and see if I think a roam is possible. Looks like nothing is going on. So I will continue pushing out top lane. Never mind, looks like there's a massive fight going on and my teammates have engaged 2v4. Bit of an error on their part, but that's okay. I'll keep pushing out top lane. Why? Because I'm getting resources here and I'm going to force someone on the enemy team to come up here. And if no one comes up here, I'm going to threaten that tower. And then sure, they may take my mid lane tier 1, but I will slap their top lane tier 2. After tanking 2 tower shots. That's not ideal. I can die to Nasus now. I can die to a Velkoz one-shot over the wall as well. Make sure to use my Lich Bane, just to get as much damage out as possible. It might end up mattering. I think if I used my Lich Bane a little bit better, I could have taken that tower. Looks like there's a play happening mid lane. So now I can't really do anything top lane anymore, right? So now we want to start seeing if we can do something on the map. So now I want to look for this play on mid lane. Use my W just for the movement speed. Try to see if I can find an angle. I've maneuvered this quite poorly, but there's a world Senna is here trying to help the Nidalee. In which case I can catch her. And she was indeed doing that. Ult for Lich Bane proc. Am I dead? No. Go back. Slow. Well, actually I see people. I could have kept on playing that. I thought there was a chance Velkoz was there. I will take my base. And then run back to top lane. Looks like my Blitzcrank is 1v1ing the enemy Nidalee. Respect. Just gonna go back to top lane. I have teleport up as well. But you'll notice I got a lot of minions there. I applied pressure to the top lane tier 2 and I was still useful in the fight. And now I don't have my ult again, so we're gonna repeat. I don't know why Cho'Gath is running up here. But okay. I would prefer that you didn't, to be honest. Prefer that you ran bot lane. This might be one of those instances where, realistically speaking, Cho'Gath should have seen that I'm running top lane, so he should not go top lane, but I could have also reacted to him running top lane and then ran bot lane instead. Mostly this is bad because now we're sharing resources, like you can see. Right? Like we're sharing gold top lane, which just feels bad, right? Like we're sharing XP, we're sharing minions, meanwhile minions are dying bot lane without any of us collecting them, and now we're gonna have to share tower gold as well, and our teammates are like at a massive disadvantage. They're in a 3v5, somehow winning it, by the way. Now we've pushed out top lane. I don't really feel like I can threaten that inhib tower realistically speaking, so I'm going to move back to mid lane. I'm going to cross over and just keep the CS numbers high. That's all that matters. Keep it high. We're 60 CS ahead. That's good. Looks like there's a Drake situation happening, so I'm going to run down to this. You can fight him. You're running away, I'm noticing. I'm not going to focus the Nasus. I'm going to focus the enemy Jhin. I see him down here. There's a world where he runs in here. I can catch the Nidalee as well. Not quite. That sucks. She was fast on her jump. I can catch the Jhin though. Jhin is making a big mistake here. We have a good flank angle. He is running away though. Well played to him. Oh, I did not expect him to come back in, so my Q might seem a bit weird there. I was not expecting him to run back in. Okay, I can no longer do anything in this fight, right? I have no ult. I'm low health. So, what do? Collect minions. Instantly recognize where you can go to collect minions after a fight is over and after you're not needed. Because now I can go apply some pressure bot lane here. I can collect my minions and I can potentially take this tier 2 now because the entire enemy team died. And if the entire enemy team didn't die, well, then they would be bleeding minions bot lane here and I would get an advantage, right? But because they died, now I will now I'll get to pick up even more resources because I'll take this tower. Remember to use your Lich Bane, very important. On the towers, use your spells. Time them properly because Ahri has almost missed it. Because Ahri has very, very long cooldowns. So you kind of need to be a bit patient. You can't just blow all your spells on the wave. Jhin might ult here to try to catch me. So let's get into the middle of the lane instead of hugging a wall. Because if we hug a wall, it's quite easy for Jhin to hit his ult. Because I remove an entire direction that I can dodge, right? Pick up our death cap. Void staff, maybe? Unnecessary, it looks like. But let's just pick up boots and a amp tome. Again, the name of the game is very simple. I'm going to run bot lane. I'm going to apply pressure. And then I'm going to try to take control over the enemy bot side jungle. And then I'm going to look for picks. It's very important that you try to move into the enemy jungle and look for picks. That is how you usually end games. At this point, I'm so far ahead, which should be your goal at this level. Collect so many minions that you get so much more gold than the enemy team, and you are so far ahead that you can start making plays where you just walk into the enemy jungle and you look for kills. Like, that's all you should be doing. My Samira has killed herself, and so has my Cho'Gath. So, after pushing out bot lane, move into the enemy jungle. Looks like there's something happening mid lane, so I'm going to potentially look for a mid lane play. I'd love to look for a play here with Nocturne. That would be awesome. Gonna make sure that I sweep. Oh, I am very much so on a ward. And Nocturne did not want to go for the play. I can still sit here, but this is gonna be very awkward to play, but I'm kind of down. Need to play it a bit slowly here. I'm kind of splitting the enemy team apart, which is nice. We found the Velkoz. Slow. Spells. If that Q hit, he could die. It didn't. Big rotation. Keep looking. Okay, nice. And they all died. And they all died. And my Samir got a quarter kill. I mean, we can end the game here, realistically speaking. Okay, we're not going to play for an end. So, again, if we're not playing for an end, well, what am I needed for then, right? Then I'm not needed mid lane here, so what do? I go grab my minion spot lane. That's where I can get resources. I'm not needed on the Atakan either, so why would I go there? Let me just go collect my wave spot lane. And this really adds up. Like, all these times where I'm choosing to not group with my teammates because a play is over and because I'm not required really adds up. We also now get to slap this bot lane tier 3, which is nice. We get to take that as well. Wouldn't have taken that if I just stayed mid lane, right? Or if I helped with Atakan. There's a chance I could potentially look for a 1v4 here. That might look very, very cool. It might be one of those very awesome moments. So let's fish for it, maybe. Nah. Shall we? Nah, feels a bit... Nah, let's just take our base. If someone steps up, however. Okay. Looks like the boys are stepping up. Look for Velkoz. Then use my ult to redirect my Q behind the Jhin. Look for Senna. Can't find anything else. Probably need to take base here as well. Oh, I did not expect that to hit me. I thought I was out of range. That's why I played that so cockily. She's gonna look for another one over this wall because she had vision on me. Oh, she's not looking. Okay, let's base then. What am I building? Crypt Loom? Crypt Loom seems reasonable. A lot of CDR means that I can get off more rotations. Means that I can get more Lich Bane procs. Let's TP top lane here. And we're gonna do the exact same thing. Push out top lane and look for picks in the enemy jungle. And that's it. Like, I'm just gonna run top lane. I feel pretty safe. Mostly because I have my ult coming up soon. I'm sorry I didn't talk as much about how to track people on the map or anything like that. I'm probably gonna have a long form video about that. Youch. Push out the side lane. Dude! Ow. Man. What? In fog? What? Dude. Really? I can't believe that. Like, you just keep chasing that. That's insane to me. But I mean, it worked, but this is what I mean. Okay, if any of you have listened to my commentaries or had coaching by me, you'll know that I talk about these moments where you look at a challenger player, do something, and you just say, wait, what are you doing, man? Like, isn't that obvious that you just leave? But at all of these moments, I was like, okay, she's not going to chase me anymore. Or if she is, I'm going to trap her. And every time she anticipated that. She was like, he's trapping this bush. Or, he's going to step back and I'm going to... Yeah. Or either that or she just miscalculated and it worked because I was trying to outplay her. But there are so many moments where you'll see a challenger player do something and you as a lower MMR player will be like, wait, what is this guy doing? Is he challenger? Are we sure? Have we checked him? Okay, play it slow. We can go in here, actually. That Nessus did way more damage than I thought he would. Like, if I'm super honest. Could maybe look for a Jhin here. I have 2 stacks of ult. There's no way he's getting caught. Okay, so, if I'm not needed on anything, you know the rules. Collect minions. Get minions. So, let's go take our minions here. That is what allows us to be up 1.5 items on the enemy mid laner. That is what allows us to be up 1 item on the enemy AD carry. It's what allows me to be basically even with my Samira, who's dropping 22 kills. And running Treasure Hunter, by the way. It's because I'm collecting minions. Like, the Samira could be 0 and 5 and we would still be able to play this game. Wow, she is really chasing. I did not realize. Baron should be guaranteed. But I need to speed it up because I want to take my base. So, speed it up so I can get the enhanced recall a little bit faster. Hourglass? Hourglass allows you to do some very cool plays, so I kind of want to show that off. Hourglass allows you to ult Charm Flash and instantly Hourglass, like one-shot someone, instantly Hourglass, and then keep playing the fight. And I want to kind of show you that. So at this point, how do you close out the game when you're this far ahead? Again, you look for picks in the enemy jungle. You don't necessarily need to shove out the waves first, but you want to look for picks in the enemy jungle. It's absolutely crucial that this is what you do. So, you go sweep an area, and then you look. Enemy champions in the middle lane. Well, let's come from fog, one-shot the Velkoz, then go up and look for the Senna. And now, we have complete control. Now, this is a little bit more dodgy, but I do want to chunk out this guy. I don't actually want to play it because I don't have rotations and I don't have my ult, so he can murder me quite easily. I do have Hourglass, though, which is important to know. And now, we have a numbers advantage, and we can look to do what we just did as well, which is push out a wave, and then either we look for objectives in terms of maybe we... You good, brother? If Jhin did not just run it down, we would not be able to take this inhib. Like, absolutely guaranteed, by the way. In which case, what would I do? I would run top lane, and I would push the waves, like I've been preaching. Now here, I could look for an ult Charm Flash on the Nidalee, but she's playing very far back, very respectfully. And I don't think there's any reason to do it now, because the enemy team is up. There's now. Okay, slow. Slow. Patience, patience. Okay, he flashes. He can still die. Hourglass. I'm sad I didn't quite get to show the strength of Hourglass. But this fight was completely without Samira, by the way. There we go. Yeah, sometimes you get solo killed 3 times in lane and you still win. Even though I was not that far behind in lane. Like, if I'm honest, I was not really... Like, it might sound like I was really far behind in lane. I was down about a level, and then I was equaling gold. Which is still significant. Like, a level is quite a lot. But it's just to show you that if you play for CS, you can get away with getting solo killed and still play the game. It gets a lot trickier in terms of how to push the wave without dying. Which then you need to know how to position and everything, but you can get away with it if you just play for push, even if you get solo killed. If you get minions, you'll be able to make it happen. Hopefully this showcases it. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. See ya. On to bronze next. You know the rules. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy in lane. I'm going to be letting the Zed get away with whatever he wants to get away with. I'm going to be playing very, very patiently and making sure that I don't take any insane trades with the Zed. Now, if he jumps on me, I am going to fire some spells at him because otherwise what can I do in the game, right? But the idea is try to actually simulate a silver game. Because I mean, I'm getting a lot of positive comments about this as well. But I have a lot of disdain for challenger players that go into silver and then just murder the enemy laner 15 times and say, hey guys, did you learn something? Because it's like, okay, well, yeah, you can do that, but I think it's a little bit more beneficial to just take it slow, try to simulate a realistic game, and let the enemy laner kind of get away with whatever they want to. Of course, yeah. So that's the idea. So I'm going to be doing the usual. You guys, if you've been on the channel, you know. Zed's going to get away with whatever he wants to. I'm going to last hit, that's it. I'm going to show you guys how to last hit the best, which is position away from the Zed, and then I'll show you some timers where you can look for trades. We're going to get level 7, then we're going to push waves, and then we're going to roam and impact the map. That is it. You don't need to get too fancy with it. So, level 1, you can look for some crazy trades. I do want to show you just how strong Ahri is level 1 in these melee matchups. Actually, do I? Nah. I think let's just let Zed get away with whatever he wants to. I think that'll make the game a lot more interesting. If you have to use your W level 1 to CS, you can. I generally speaking recommend not doing it. You should start trying to push, especially against a Zed. Because if you're against Zed, you can harass him quite heavily underneath the tower, especially at level 2. That should be your game plan. Let me actually show you exactly what I mean. You should be trying to push the wave here. So, against most melee champions, you do want to stack the wave. I like doing E level 2 against melee champions. I'm taking a very aggressive stance here. I'm not actually going to harass the Zed that much here, but I want you to know that there are a lot of timers here where I can slap the Zed. You want to try to maximize getting as much time as possible underneath the tower to hit him. It is crucial for your lane that you can harass him under tower. If you can't harass him under tower, then you're going to get beaten up at level 3. But here you can see there's a lot of opportunities to harass because he's just kind of running around. And he's going to miss a lot of minions unless he wants to take damage. You can see in between every single minion, I'm looking at my own minion wave and I'm like, okay, is there any way that I can slap the Zed here without losing CS? Of course, last hitting yourself, most important thing of lane. Because if you don't get minions, then what's the point of harassing the enemy laner? Because then you're just falling behind regardless. You want to go for a ward at around wave 2, wave 3. This is just because that allows you to get a side of the lane that you can very safely hover towards. You'll notice I'm spacing quite far away from the Zed. It's because he's favored right now. The lane is or the wave is on his side of the lane. Makes it hard for me to harass him, realistically speaking. Again, here, I could probably find a charm on him and find some harass on him, but I think it's more fun to just let him get away with whatever he wants to. I've been missing a lot of minions here as well, so we're simulating like a somewhat realistic game here. Trying to use my... That's rough. That's tough. I'm gonna use my Q on the wave here, just to start thinning it out. Man. You know, I had a comment that was like, hey, try to get below 70 CS at minute 10, just to really like cement that you're not stomping lane. This might be the game for it. Not because I'm intentionally doing, but just because I'm missing a ton of minions. I want to think about pushing out the wave here because I have dropped a lot of health. Zed's roaming, okay? I'm just going to push out the wave here. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that Zed is roaming by getting bailed out of lane essentially because I played lane a bit poorly and lost a lot of health. You can do this in a lot of instances, especially if you have enough health to survive. I don't really like that my bot lane decided to fist fight. The enemy Zed did die, but I will just be taking my base regardless. And then run back to mid lane. This is going to save me my teleport, and I have a 7 CS advantage, which is quite nice. And a level advantage as well. Now the interesting part of the lane begins, where against any champion at this stage, you should try to push, and when you use your spells on the wave, which you inevitably will have to, you should try to stay on the opposite side of the lane as them. So notice how I'm using my spells, then walking away from the Zed, making sure I'm on the other side of the lane. He used his spells here. That means I'm going to walk up. Whenever you see the enemy laner waste spells, it's important you try to walk up and try to take space in the lane or try to take advantage of that. I'm going to Q, then I'm going to run away because I'm on cooldown. And then I'm just going to wait until my Q is up again and then fire it again. Now here I have a great timer to trade with the Zed because there's a massive minion wave and he's going to have to collect it, right? So I can make his life a little bit miserable on the tower here, potentially with the charm and then a W and then run away. And you can usually take a lot of health underneath the tower when the enemy laner is just there having to last it. That's why it's so important that you push. It creates timers where you can harass the enemy laner under tower. Zed could get chunked very heavily there. He also is no potion, so he could end up in a pretty rough spot in the lane there. He was probably solo killable if I chunked him out and then played for my ult on him. I'm not going to do that. I don't see the point in solo killing at this level, right? It would be hypocritical. So instead, let me take control over the bot side here while my jungler is doing the dragon. And then I'm going to trap the Zed here. If he face checks, we're just going to chunk him out, run away. I don't have mana, so I can't really kill him. I have no intention of trying to help with the Drake here. I'm just going to chunk him out and then... That's crazy to do, by the way. You W that? I guess he knows that I have no mana, but that still felt very, very aggressive. I mean, respect, to be honest. I just want to push out the wave, then take my base. Is he looking for an all-in on me? No way, right? Would be crazy. But he knows I have no mana, and he's trying to punish it. I just find it absurd that he's willing to play like this, not knowing where our jungler is. Because look, like, he's dying to minions, man. I'm just going to base and TP mid. And I'm going to TP very aggressively. And grab a pink ward as well. Again, I mean, he's getting away with murder. I can't lie. Push the wave here while trying to walk up and cancel the Zed. Mostly because if I can cancel the Zed, he's going to lose a lot of minions. In terms of he will lose a lot of time, which is then going to be leveraged into minions. I can't kill him. I have some time before I need to push out the next wave, but I do want to push out this wave as quickly as possible. Most important thing you can practice for the later you get into the lane is push out the wave as quickly as possible. Learn which breakpoints you have, how much AP you need at certain stages in the game, and certain levels of Q. Level 7, if you are ahead of the curve and you have Lost Chapter and Dark Seal, like I have this game, you can... Do I need to... Okay, I dodged it. I was considering ulting. I was considering also running into him. Yeah, if you're ahead of the curve and you bought a Dark Seal, you can one-shot caster minions at this point. Otherwise, you can't really kill them without having a blasting wand. And then you'll need to use Q. Like here, for example. I don't have enough AP because I'm not really that far ahead of the curve. Zed is walking into the wave. Bit of a mistake on his part. You can always charm behind yourself on Ahri. It's very fun. And then you can just try to dodge Zed Qs. I took his ignite there. Whenever Zed ults on you, it's important that you are very ready to charm behind yourself. You have a lot of time to do it, so usually you'll be fine. Oh, that is very awkward. It's okay. He can try to slap me all he wants to. I don't die here. I took his ult. I guess I'll just take my base here. Yeah, I'm afraid I have to base, so I can't really help you. Grab this. Maybe a refillable. Refillable is generally speaking very nice against Zed because Zed is always going to try to do some funny stuff on you. He has no ignite, no ult. But I don't really feel comfortable contesting this. I don't know how Zed got so healthy, to be honest. But he's not taking his base to get grubs, which is going to kind of make the game quite awkward for him. But my Neferi is killing herself, so that's not very awesome. I just want to push out this wave, and then maybe we can roam. Maybe I can try to stop the Zed from doing grubs here. Not quite. There's a chance I can kill him here if he's basing greedily. How's top lane looking? Does Lee Sin die? Maybe I can catch him. We're gonna try to cut off his escape. So we're gonna run this way. Nice, he dies. Why is Zed getting pinged? He's in base for sure. Zed was super low health. We're gonna push out the wave. Very important to cut off the Lee Sin's escape there so he has no easy way of getting out. So I need to run the way that he's gonna run. And make sure that he can't just like run away and then I'll be left chasing him. I need to try to intercept him. It's very, very important. That's the main thing you want to do on your roams as well, is try to think about the pathing that you can use to intercept the enemy lane that you're roaming to. He's going to try to chunk me here. He did just waste his Q. Means he is on cooldown, but I don't think that there's a realistic punish there. So I just won't. There's a chance the Zed's roaming bot lane here through this path. I'm not going to follow that. My general rule of thumb is I don't leave mid lane until I've pushed out the wave. So I'm going to go push out my wave here, and then I'm going to go move to whatever's going on down there. Looks like the Zed is kind of just running it for the sake of it. Did he ult? I can catch him here. I think he dies here. Depends which way he runs. Is he going to go mid lane? No, but there's a fight happening bot lane, so I'm going to go fight this. Ult that guy. Ult that guy. My charm was kind of bad, but it's okay. I can just chase him with my ult. Enemy team really overextended there. I don't really want to play this. Let's just return to mid lane. There's no reason to be here anymore. Very important to recognize when a fight is over, when you should just drop a fight, and then instantly go back to your lane to just collect resources again. So we're going to do that. Zed is taking a lot of roams here, but he's bleeding a lot of minions for it, as you can see. I missed a lot of minions early game. Like, let's be honest. I missed a ton of minions early game. And I am up 35 CS on the Zed. I can die here. I get away from him unless he has a ward jump. If he has a ward jump, I think I die here. I'm gonna hit him just to proc red buff. I mean, does he not just die? Bad charm, but... What? Okay, sure. I want to start looking for a base here. Because I have a lot of gold. And I have teleport coming up in 15. Nefir took his W. I don't know if he has ult, but I just want to push out this wave. I don't necessarily want to do Drake yet. I would like to take my base first. So push out mid, take my base. I have teleport. I have my Malignant, and I have my ult coming up. What boots am I going to buy? Probably CDR boots. Why CDR boots, you might ask? I have a lot of AP on my team, so I don't think there's a whole lot of value. Missed. That's okay. Are we fighting down here? Clear this ward. I just want to go back to mid lane. I have no intention of doing anything before I've pushed out my wave. Let me go back to mid lane, push out my wave, then we can start thinking about playing a fight here. But I am going to make sure that I get all the resources that I need. And if the enemy Zeds decides to roam before pushing mid lane, then so be it. Then I will just slap the mid lane tower. And I'll be like, okay, that's fine. I, realistically speaking, could roam down here, but I don't think there's really a need. And it looks like my teammates are just winning on their own. Lee Sin wasn't there, so it was a straight up 3v3. So I'll just stay mid lane. And I'll just take plates. Like I cannot... If you've been watching the commentaries, you'll know enemy laners at the lower end of the ladder... I say lower end of the ladder. It happens more frequently here than it does at the higher end. It happens in like Diamond and Master tier as well. But they will just hang themselves. They'll just go for roams that are unlikely to work. Give up so many resources mid lane. And then the game is just over, right? Like Zed is 2 levels down now because he's been roaming all over the place. 3 levels down because he's been roaming all over the place. Now, that might not be an issue. The problem is, how in the world is Zed ever going to get priority again? He's 2 levels down. How can he even like think about playing the lane? Look, like he can't. He's so far behind, which means now he will never get a chance to roam again unless he drops even more resources. Which I mean, some players will do, and sometimes that'll work out. Like sometimes he'll drop resources, run bot lane, and then he'll just get a pentakill somehow. But for the most part, generally speaking, at this point the game is decided. In terms of like, you're so far ahead now that it gets very difficult for the enemy laner to really navigate this situation. I don't know why my Braum is permanently roaming. I understand that they're winning lane, so he wants to roam. But realistically speaking, if he wants to be useful, just sit bot lane. I'll tank having 3 people mid lane at all times. That's fine by me. I think Zed is dead here. I think the way to kill him is like this. Shine behind myself. Ult the Q. Then play it slow here. Wait for him to jump back potentially. Yeah, and then we just wait a bit again. Bad charm. Might have to flash. Depends if he has flash. Okay. Not quite killable. I have a lot of gold in base as well, so that makes sense. You should be okay. If he takes that, I can go. Oh! That was almost incredibly cool. Almost. I could flash here to try to Q the Zed. But I'm just going to play it slow. Wait for my spells. Looks like my Neferi is one-shotting everything. Yeah, just gets a double kill. Yeah, my Neferi is quite strong, I think. Could take mid tower here. We see everyone on the map. So this leads me into the most important skill you can have for mid game, which is... Oh wow, my top laner is getting stomped. Which is tracking where people are on the map and being cognizant of where people are on the map. Try to practice this as much as possible as you head into the mid game and be like, okay, where are people on the map? Mundo is running up here. He's low health. Zed's dead. Mordekaiser's top. Lee Sin's dead. Misfortune's bot. That means no one can be mid lane. Okay, Mordekaiser's contesting. Mundo is still bot. So at worst case, this is a 1v2 for like 5 seconds, and then it will be a... Like, Lee Sin can come here. Zed can come here. You are unstoppable. That's a new voice line. But now people can be here, right? Very tempted to ult in here, but I have a lot of gold, so I'm just going to take my base. Hourglass is not terrible here, but I have perfect amount of gold for Horizon Focus, so probably just build that, realistically speaking. This... Oh, I don't have enough gold for Crypt Bloom, but this would be a Crypt Bloom game, specifically because I have a Gwen top lane, which means the enemy team is very likely to stack Magic Resist. You can already see it on the Mordekaiser and the Lee Sin, and Zed, if he were competent, would be playing it as well. So this is probably a Crypt Bloom game. Just because the enemy team has a lot of magic resist. Because I have a lot of magic damage on my team, right? So they're likely to stack magic resist. So in preparation for that, you want to get ahead of it by building Crypt Bloom second and then Deathcap third. Generally speaking, Deathcap should come in third. You can see Zed is doing the thing again, right? Where he's going for a roam. I don't care. I'll stay mid lane. Sure. Like, I'll take resources mid. That's fine by me. Sure, you can kill my bot lane. Sure. Fine by me. Even if you kill my entire bot lane, you're dropping a tier 2 mid lane for that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, no one is contesting this. So the enemy team is just going to bleed. Now, Lee Sin can be here. Again, remember what I said about tracking the map? And he indeed was there. I think ult out of Mordekaiser range, I'll be fine. Yeah, Lee Sin was there. I was trying to explain something, so I didn't really track exactly where he was. But again, very important to practice tracking where people are and can be. Lee Sin can be mid lane there, despite the fact that you are like, oh yeah, you can slap mid lane because Zed ran bot lane. Well, no, Lee Sin can be there, and we saw Mordekaiser crossing over, right? Very important to be aware of these small things. Makes you just be able to play aggressively or play safely. For example, now, Lee Sin top, Mordekaiser mid, Zed bot side, don't know, Mundo and Misfortune bot side. That means Mordekaiser Zed are the only two that can be mid lane right now. So I feel pretty safe. Now Zed's the only one that can be mid lane because we're tracking everyone on the map, right? Now Mundo was running towards mid lane, and then we see Zed show up, and he cancels my base because... yeah, because I guess he wants to do that. He might walk up here and cancel my base again, in which case I'm probably just going to tilt ult on him. Like, if we're super honest. Okay, not going to go Magi's, but... Magi's is not bad here. The problem is I think I can die too easily. If I just get Mordekaiser ulted, I think I just die. So, Magi's, I don't like if it's easy for me to die in the game. Usually for Ahri, it's quite difficult to die, right? But some games, enemy team comp, it's easy for them to murder you. Again, I'm just going to push out mid lane. Now we get to see Ahri's job on objectives. My job is not to deal damage to this dragon. My job is to kill whoever tries to contest the Drake. Maybe I can catch the Misfortune here. Play it slow. Be patient. Very important. Very important to be patient with your spells. Slap them. Wait for your spells to come up. Then use your ult. Your ult has to be used in combination with other spells. Otherwise, it is not very useful. Use it to redirect your Q. Use it to line up your charm. Use it to do something. stand on this. I actually don't know if I kill the Mundo. Use the movement speed of my W to make sure that I can redirect the true damage of my Q. Zed's up now, so I have to be a little bit worried about that. I was not keeping track of where he could be. So he could potentially be coming behind me, but that's why I'll be holding up my charm in case he is, in which case I can charm behind myself and then flash and survive. Take a breath. We are playing high CS on the game by far as well. Slap this mid lane tower. There's the Zed. Fish with Q. Q deals quite a lot of damage. He might fish with an ult here. I'm not too worried. I'm trying to bait his ult. Again, just wait. Not gonna early charm. Now I can charm because the Lee Sin jumped in, so he's very easy to know where he's gonna be. That was not intentional by Lee Sin. I'm absolutely sure of it. I can one-shot her if I land the charm. Nice. I can play for the Z as well. Play with spells. Wait for spells. Wait for spells. Is he gonna run in and kill himself? Oh, that was pretty poorly angled, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take my base here because I have a ton of gold, and I don't really see what else I can do. Could teleport bot lane here, start applying pressure, buy my Rabadons. The problem is Mordekaiser murders me, especially if he has ult up, and I don't have my ult. But now we're gonna be buying the Magi's. Gonna grab a sweeper as well. I should have grabbed that a long time ago. Just feels like it's been a bit of an uninteractive game in terms of I haven't really been roaming a whole lot. I've been just sitting mid lane and slapping the tower. So sweeper hasn't seemed as important, but I should have bought it earlier. If any of you are wondering, yes, that's a mistake. Am I dead here? I think I have to dodge all of his spells to even have a chance to survive. Am I just dead? Yeah, shit, this champion is awesome. I love Mordekaiser. Yeah, he's a fun chap, isn't he? Yeah. Remember what I said about Magi's? Yeah. Yep, Mordekaiser will just murder you. Because he's Mordekaiser, and he presses R on you, and he steals all of your stats, and it doesn't matter that you dodge his spells. You need to dodge all of them. But yeah, you can see, right? Like, if I don't have ult, Mordekaiser just kills me. And even if I have ult, it can be quite difficult to survive. Now, I can probably survive because I can dodge all of his spells with my ult, but the fact that a Mordekaiser with an item and a half can kill me with about 3.5 items still feels absurd to me. But Mordekaiser is supposed to just be super obnoxious in the 1v1, so it makes sense. But yeah, that champion is... yeah, if you're low DPS, he's tough to deal with. And Ahri is notoriously low DPS. He is level 15 as well. Let's see how we can close out this game. We're not going to need to do anything fancy in terms of... well, we're actually going to have to get somewhat fancy. We don't need to do the basic fundamentals of side laning properly and taking resources like that, because we have such a massive advantage from just picking up random... Oh, he wants me to take it? Okay. Because we have such a massive advantage from playing early to mid lane because of how Zed played, we can now start just pushing one wave, walk into the enemy jungle, take some vision, and look for traps and look for picks. That's all we're going to do. So we're going to push this out, and then we're going to walk into the enemy jungle and see if we can find some picks. So we're going to see. Is there an angle here? Oh, it looks like there's a Lee Sin down there. Maybe we can kill him. He's going to kick the Gwen, presumably. Do I really want to ult that? No. Looks like my Fury already has that unlocked. So now we have a numbers advantage. Could probably ult on the Mundo to catch him as well. He dies. Notice how I didn't use my charm because I don't want to proc his passive. So there's no need to charm. Like, charming is detrimental to me. I got the charm off. That's important. Maybe that saves my Lucian. Wait around on the Mordekaiser and be ready with charm. I think my charm unironically saved him. Slap the misfortune a little bit. There we go. Keep pushing out mid lane. I think my Fury is soloing Atakan. Yeah, that's a classic. We're going to keep on pushing out mid lane. Zed is up now as well. Zed and Lee Sin could both open through mid lane. Feels a bit absurd to me if they were to do that, because then they would bleed 2 inhibs, but who knows? Maybe they feel like they'll bleed 2 inhibs regardless. Which looks like they will. That's funny. Cancel her thing with Ignite. Well, let's take all the inhibs, shall we? Just for good measure. Could kill the Zed here. He doesn't have his shadow. I saw him waste it. See if I can catch Misfortune here. Oh, that is unlucky that the minions spawned right there when I charmed. That feels very bad. I need to run away because I am low on mana, so I can die quite easily. So let's just run away here. I have a lot of gold as well, to be honest. Crypt Bloom or Void Staff? Crypt Bloom or Void Staff? Void Staff is more damage. Crypt Bloom is cheaper and gives you a lot of CDR, so if you want to get multiple rotations off, Crypt Bloom is better. I think Void Staff is reasonable this game because I'm so far ahead. But, I mean, the game is over regardless, kind of, right? Wait, Crypt Bloom is not cheaper than Void Staff? Wait, it isn't. Wait, why did I think it was? It just gives CDR, that's the only difference. Okay, sure. And obviously the passive. But yeah, a game, for sure. Despite the fact that I bled a bit in lane. Now, I didn't get stomped in lane, I'll be honest. But I didn't take advantages of Zed in terms of just mechanically out-muscling him as much as I could have. Because I think it is a lot less cool to watch videos of challenger players at this level if they just mechanically brute force trades in lane and make the enemy laner go 0 and 10. I don't think that's as enjoyable. The Zed this game was not useless because I smacked him in lane. He was useless because he took bad roams. That's it. He took bad roams. And then I punished him by just sitting mid lane and doing nothing. Because he was just killing himself by going for bad roams. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And on to the next MMR range. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to carry the game by making the game incredibly simple and not doing anything crazy in lane. Because I feel like that ruins the entire point of trying to teach someone how to carry if you stomp the enemy laner too hard. So, the limitations I have on myself are the usual if you've been watching the channel. I am not allowed to take aggressive trades with the enemy laner. I am not allowed to generate push unless in very specific instances before level 7. If I would need to take a base or something, I think it makes sense to try to generate push because most people know to do that. But I'm going to let the enemy laner get away with whatever they want to get away with. They can stomp the early game as much as they want to, and then I will recover it during the mid game. And I'll show you exactly how to do it. If any of you are wondering who I am, Shori. I was rank 1 Ahri 2 years ago. I've been challenger on Europe, North America, and EU West, and I've been coaching professionally for about 6 years, all the way from Iron to challenger. So, or to pro play even. I've been on stage multiple times. If you have questions, join the Discord, link in the description. If you want coaching or some tips, mid.coach, link in the description as well. Go check that out. Level 1, Ahri can look for very aggressive trades. Usually you can chunk out the enemy lane at level 1 due to being able to proc electrocute very easily. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to let the Galio get away with whatever he wants to. We're just going to sit back and push. I misclicked on the Galio there, so I missed the minion. That's a little bit unfortunate. Big model, you know. He tanked my auto attack. We're going to let him push in. You can punish the Galio very heavily here, right? Like, he should realistically not be allowed to push just because of the range advantage I have. Name of the game is going to be stand outside of the wave because I do not want him to get double value on his pushing spell and his harassing spell. Now, it's going to get a bit tough when he starts walking up aggressively because I will have to drop minions because I can't trade with him. In a lot of these instances, the Galio shouldn't be able to walk up because he should be scared of me trading with him. But I think he has figured out that... he's figured out the limitations that I cannot trade with him. So it's going to get a bit rough. If he understands that. I'm going to try to play as far away from him as possible. So notice how he steps up to the top side of the lane. I'll step to the bot side of the lane. That's just to make it easier for me to CS minions while not getting harassed. You want to take a point in Q, just in case I want to start pushing out the wave. Start slapping him a little bit. I like doing double points in Q for the most part. Against melee champions, it's a little bit more risky. You usually do this against the ranged champions. But realistically speaking, I'm not going to be doing anything crazy. He's getting roamed on, so I'm going to take advantage of that fact by just pushing out mid lane. Okay. He was not getting roamed on. Galio just decided to run up there for the sake of it. Going to just keep pushing out the wave. Yeah, after level 3, if you can, just start pushing every single wave with Qs. Don't think too hard about it. I'm going to do something after I push. I'm going to go for a ward. I'm going to pop this Scryer's Bloom. Very important that you try to do something after every single time you push out the wave. And now... we'll learn the skill of how to push waves. So Q, run away. Sit back, wait, because I'm on cooldown, right? So I can't really trade very easily. And I have no spells. Charm the Galio. He will take a winning trade, but I'm kind of nullifying it. Looks like my Silas is here. We take his flash. That's good enough. He is playing Ignite, I'm noticing as well, so probably need to base here. I could just pop potions and stay in lane. He has figured out that he can just step up and it's impossible for me to trade with him. I'm gonna try to charm him out of his E here and then just run away. And then he should die to the Silas here. I mean, I have no intention of killing him. My Silas has got that on lock. Yeah, in these matchups, it's super important that you can charm the enemy laner out of their dash. That is the main thing you should keep an eye out when trying to practice how to navigate these matchups. The same thing can be said for Silas. The same thing for Akali. LeBlanc is very tough to do it on because of how fast her W is and the fact that there's no real wind-up for it. But Galio, pretty easy because he makes it very telegraphed. He like jumps back and then jumps forward. So it gets a little bit easier to do that. I don't know if Lee Sin is necessarily killable here. Looks like we seem to believe so. The Galio can die here for sure. Charm him. I don't actually think we have damage to kill him, if I'm like super honest, so I'm just going to return back to mid lane. Yeah, you just want your Dark Harvest stacks, don't you? That's fine. Okay, I don't like that you're continuing to play it, because I just want to push out the wave and then do nothing. And now I'm losing a lot of XP because my Silas is tanking XP. But that's okay. I'm going to push out, and then I'm going to go for a ward here on the bot side yet again. This bot side ward also gives me a lot of safety. It means that I can just very heavily hover towards the bot side. I have no intention of roaming here. The number one rule is you do not roam before you've pushed out your wave. I mean, he just lets me cancel him. Of course I'm going to do that. If you can cancel an enemy laner, they bleed so much. Look, he's going to be... Like, he can die here. Flash charm, he probably dies. I don't see any possible roams, especially because I don't have my ult available. I'm not going to kill the Galio here, but he's very close to dead. With his shield up, he probably survives, but... Let's be honest, he was very close to dead there. My Zed's also winning quite hard. Zed jungle, I feel like he usually does very well. I feel like I haven't really seen a Zed jungle perform too poorly. Mostly because they always just farm, and they clear super fast, and then they just get resources. Now I have level 6. We're gonna continue just pushing out the waves. Get my plate here. I want to fire some Qs at the Galio underneath the tower, mostly just to proc my mana flow band. I want to start looking for a base as well. And I'm going to just keep pushing out the wave. At this point, you can push out every single wave. If Galio tries to contest me, that's fine. I will step back. But I'm not going to trade with him or anything like that. I'm just going to slap the wave and then leave. Is he on the Drake? He is not. But I would like to take my base and then teleport, if I'm honest. I think Galio is going to be a lot more useful in this fight than I could hope to be. So base, teleport. Boots seem reasonable here. You're gonna end up in this awkward spot now where I don't have Blasting Wand, which is gonna mean that I don't have a breakpoint. This is gonna be one of those rules where I need to leave without pushing the wave. The reason being is there's a massive fight here. Well, he had flash. That sucks. I'm just gonna return back to mid lane then. That fight is over. So return to mid lane we go. That felt very bad. I don't really know how we lost that, to be honest. Galio didn't even ult. The reason I moved there was because I was very convinced Galio was going to ult to the play, and my teammates seemed very committed to that play. My Zed is killing himself here. I'm not going to move for this. Like, I have no intention of moving. I'm just going to stay mid lane, push out the wave, because I believe my Zed is dead no matter what I do here. So, let's just push out the wave and maybe make sure that the Galio can bleed a little bit under tower. Maybe I can take a plate because he decided to roam, but he's losing minions here. I'm hugging the top side. That's because I know everyone is on the bot side. I mean, I get to take a plate, proc my mana flow band, run away, be a bit patient. Yeah, I don't have ult now, so it's going to get a bit dodgy. My roaming potential is considerably worse, but my job here is just to keep the Galio underneath the tower. If I keep the Galio underneath the tower, it's a win in my book. He is stepping up, charm him out of his spell again, and then you can Q him on the back end. I am losing a lot of minions because I chunked out the wave. And didn't have enough AP to finish them up. Dude, he is walking into all of my spells. He's probably going to take a base here. I want to cancel him. Perfect. We're only up... I mean, I say only. We're up 20 CS and 2 plates. It's actually a pretty sizable advantage. And I'm just going to keep pushing out. Looks like something is happening on the top side here. I'd love to move for that, but I want to push out my wave first. And my boy is dead. Yeah, he's very dead. Well, nothing I can do. Galio's gonna base. Yeah, I understand that they're on it, but I don't really know what you want me to do about it. Like, there's an ambassador there. There's probably a Lee Sin there. Galio's gonna come from base with ult. I don't think I can do anything. But you see, I reached this awkward point where I don't quite have enough AP to one-shot the casters. That usually happens on Ahri before you have Blasting Wand. Or level 9. Either of the two is gonna give you enough damage for your Q to one-shot the caster. So whichever comes first, right? Galio took his base, so now he's much stronger than I am. In terms of, like, in an actual fight, I'm going to pick up a sweeper at this point. That's because the playstyle is now going to shift towards very heavy roaming. I don't quite have Malignance yet, so my ult cooldown's going to be pretty long. So I'm probably only going to be able to get off one play and then just have to sit mid lane for about a full minute until my ult comes back. But name of the game is the same. Keep the game stable, push out my waves, and look for roams. Galio is probably roaming here. I don't think there's a whole lot that I can realistically do about that. Like, Galio is going to take this roam. I'm just going to stay mid lane. Maybe I can catch him coming back through here. But if not, if he doesn't come back through here, well, then I'll just go mid lane and push out the wave. Galio just fully opened bot lane, which, respect to him. I'm going to just push out my lane and then make sure that he bleeds. Is he going to come back to mid lane? Okay, there he is. And then we can kind of chunk him over the wall a little bit. Make his life a little bit miserable. I would love to commit on the Malphite here. The problem is, can we maybe kill him? Nah, my Silas is not paying attention. Okay, let's just leave then. That's fine. Galio is here. We're just going to return back to mid lane. I see no possible plays. I think the Malphite could have lost his ult there. And if Malphite loses ult, right, he's pretty useless. Galio is positioning quite aggressively, which leads me to believe that someone can be here. I mean, I don't know how you're expecting me to fight the Galio. Like, I can't really... Okay, sure. I mean, what do you want me to do? Ult in? That's not gonna work. A Galio will just jump out. I'm also so confused at the lethality Silas that I have in my bot lane. Yeah, they don't seem to be too happy about the entire situation. But I mean, he had flash. If I ult in, like, he's just gonna flash out. There's no reason to play it. They should have stayed bot lane. I'm just gonna stay mid lane and push out. Like, I have no intention of doing anything if I can just sit mid lane and slap towers. I can imagine they're saying some very not so nice things about me and my family, potentially. Gonna just sit mid lane, throw Qs, slap the Galio, charm him out, run away, Q again. And then we just wait. Q again to push the wave. Can I take this plate? Yes. There we go. Looks like they're playing Drake. It's not my job to help with Dragon. It's my job to make sure no one contests the Dragon. So if the enemy team contests this, I will run down. But if I see no one contesting it, there's no need for me to move, right? Like, what's the point of me moving? I might as well just stay mid lane and continue pushing. Because I will get resources then, and it's going to drag someone to mid lane. And then I can take my base now, have a pretty sizable advantage. 40 CS, I'm going to be able to pick up my Malignance here. What boots do we get? What boots do we get? Enemy team is kind of starting to stack magic resist. My Varus is also playing AP. That means enemy team is more than likely to stack magic resist. My Silas, I mean, I guess he's playing lethality, but he still does a lot of magic damage with his passive. So the enemy team is probably going to be stacking magic resist. So I think Crypt Bloom second makes a lot of sense this game. Looks like my Zed is getting murdered by Lee Sin. Sure. We're just going to keep pushing out mid lane. Galio ults. That's fine. Galio makes a massive mistake by ulting here, by the way. Now, you might be like, but shouldn't you teleport down to save your Caitlyn? Not really. Like, I think she dies no matter what I do here. I'll just sit mid lane and push out my waves instead. If there's not a good play, I'm just not going to go. I'm just going to stay mid lane and push my wave instead. And make sure that the enemy laner bleeds. And then once I'm showing up on 2 items, and the enemy mid laner is 1.5 items, although it is Galio, so he will be useful regardless, then we're playing the game. But we're up 50 CS on the full tower with full plates. Like, I am massively far ahead of the Galio. Which means the Galio is going to have less opportunities to play the game during the mid game, because he's going to be so far behind, right? Now we push out mid lane, and then we look for top. There's potentially a play happening up here, so I'm going to move. Okay, my guy just has a solo kill. But I still have kind of control of the enemy jungle, so I can just look to kill the Malphite here. He flashes, or he ults. That's good. I'm going to return back to mid lane, push out my wave, and then do the same thing again. So we're going to push out here. Malphite is no ult, so I am not too scared about getting killed here. It's only Jinx. Malphite runs top lane. That's crazy. Herald is spawning. Galio should not be able to 1v2. He's not. Awesome. But now you can see we just have permanent push mid lane. Galio, don't get me wrong, he got a couple of plays off early game. Good job to him. Like, he tried to use his push. That's what his champion is supposed to do. But things are going to get rough now. Because I'm so far ahead, I'm always going to be able to push out mid. And that means the enemy is going to have a black hole in the mid lane. And I'm going to be walking into the enemy jungle. And I'm going to be making their lives very, very miserable. Now, does the Caitlyn want to open mid? Because if she does, I'll open bot. And I think that's fine. And then I can start side laning. And yeah, we're going to start side laning now. My Caitlyn wants to be mid lane. I am a bit worried about her just dying to a Malphite Galio combo. And I don't think she really has anything to do against that. Because her flash is on cooldown. I have teleport available up for a potential Herald. But I am... Rest assured, I'm going to be pushing my waves first, and I'm sure all of you know that. But we're going to run bot lane because my Caitlyn is mid, my Varus is top. I could teleport here for a potential play, but I think the name of the game is kind of just push out my waves and then look to do something. Right? So we'll push out our wave, and we'll see. I mean, there is a chance that I need to teleport up here, but my Varus is already dead, so the likelihood of this play being over is very high. So instead, let me just slap this bot lane tower. Looks like the Jinx is killing herself, so maybe there's actually a chance at a fight. But, I mean, I'm happy to just keep slapping this bot lane tower. No one is coming down here to stop me, which means it's guaranteed. So I'm just taking a free bot lane tower. And now if the enemy team throws this fight or something like that, that's even better. If they don't throw the fight, well then at least we've gotten a bot lane tower. Now Galio is here, so I probably want to TP up here. Ah, this TP kind of sucks, but maybe we will catch them. Ah, it's warded. That sucks. Maybe we can take enemy jungle camps, maybe. I'll protect my boy. I would have liked if Varus ran bot side here. But, alas, not to be done. Huh? Can potentially kill her here. There's a Jinx here somewhere as well. Maybe we can find her under tower mid lane. Very, very cool angle here. Okay, we take our flash. Good enough. Now I can base, and then run back and collect bot waves. So I pushed out my wave, took the tower, and then teleported up, made a play. Play didn't really work as well as it could have, but that's okay. And now back to bot lane we go, because I don't have my ult available, and I don't have a move timer, because the wave is here, and I haven't pushed it out yet. We're going to repeat exactly what I just did. Run bot lane, push out waves, take control over the enemy jungle, look for a pick, look for a play, and if there's nothing, that's okay. Then we will repeat. I don't like that my Sylas is taking my waves, but so it goes. Now I'm going to push out the next wave here, despite the fact that the Drake is up already. That's because I don't have my ult up yet, so I would like to be a bit patient. I don't want to take any fights yet, if I can get away with not fighting. I think the Mbessa is opening here as well, so we need to be a bit careful. Yeah. Yeah, this can be a bit dodgy. I don't really know how we're going to get in here. Mbessa could be in this bush. That's kind of the scary part, right? Okay, she's not. Okay, big fight. My boys are dead. Really bad charm on my part. Really bad charm. Really, really bad charm. I didn't flash either. But I landed a massive Q, which did get a ton of damage. But not super pretty on my part, if I'm honest. I had flash as well. I thought I charmed the Galio out of his E, but I just straight up didn't. Very, very bad. Okay, I mean, it's a 4 for 4. It's not terrible, mostly because... okay, it's a 5 for 4. It's not terrible because the enemy team is bleeding waves, right? So because I pushed out bot lane, they're now bleeding waves bot lane because no one went to collect them. So even though... and this is why pushing out waves is so important. Even though you might be like, ah, that fight wasn't great, enemy team got Drake, you died and everything. Yeah. But look at the CS numbers now. I'm up 2 levels on the Galio, and they're bleeding minions bot lane. Right? Like, they're bleeding for these plays. Now, we're going to lose a top lane tower here because my Varus decided to open mid lane, and I decided to open bot lane. Bit of a mistake on my part. I think I should have ran top lane, realistically speaking. Especially because the bot lane is so far out. It's pretty difficult for me to do anything here, right? Like, look at how far this is out. It's pretty hard for me to get any minions. I thought that wave was going to bounce back into me. So that's a mistake on my part. Like, if we're super honest. Bit of an error on my part. I want to slap the Galio a bit. Make sure to chunk him out and leave. He's going to be very hard to kill. Even though I have Magic Pen, he's very hard to kill. Oh, I spaced poorly. Am I dead? Ah, nah, my Zed's here. I think it's okay. Do you want to ult? Okay, nice. I don't really want to ult if I don't have to. Nice. Looks like there's a Malphite here as well. Do we want to fight it? Charm the Lee Sin. Full rotation the Lee Sin. Bit slow here. Flash out. Can look for Jinx maybe. No, we're not looking for Jinx. Okay. Again, I'm just trying to be annoying on the side. I don't actually have a lot of damage yet. I can be annoying with one full rotation and then leave. Push out the bot lane here. Now Jinx has to go collect bot waves. That means we have an entirely open mid lane situation here, so my Caitlyn can get stuff done for free. I'm just going to take this blue buff and then take my base. I have no flash now, which does make this a bit dodgy, but so it goes. Yeah, I mean, he has Merc Treads and Black Cleaver and everything, so I don't deal that much damage. This might have been a Liandry's game, realistically speaking, but I don't know if it's really worthwhile. Is my Caitlyn intending on opening top lane here? I'd prefer that you didn't. I mean, realistically, I'd want to open bot lane here. The problem being is Varus is now opening bot lane and Sylas has been pushing out bot lane. So me running bot lane just seems like a colossal waste of time, right? My Caitlyn is also basing instead of pushing out this wave now, which means we're going to be behind one wave. Oh, do you have spells? You have your ult, right? I have my ult coming up as well. Can you live, maybe? Nice. Fantastic. I don't think we should do it. I think we should just push out waves. Enemy top laner died. Like, this play is terrible. Like, just, this play is terrible. Malphite's gonna pentakill us. Like, Malphite Galio is so scary. Bad charm on my part. Oh my god, miss every single spell. Okay. He dies. I still don't like this play, if I'm honest. Again, my job is not to deal damage to the objective. My job is to stop people from contesting. So, but this is a bit dodgy. Like, my Zed can just die. And if my Zed dies, doesn't the game get very tough? Malphite's gonna walk in. Okay. Malphite's not gonna walk in. Malphite is already out. Like, it's just a Malphite Galio combo here, for sure. I can move above here. Maybe catch the Malphite. I have my ult coming up. Yeah, I don't mind just ulting. Nice. Find the Malphite. Where's Galio? Galio's over there. He's probably going to die, so let's run back to top lane. Immediately after the fight is over, let's recognize where I can collect resources. And Bessa dies here as well. Lee Sin is still there, so he could be running top lane. So I'm going to take my base, the off chance that he might be here. Okay, I see him mid lane. That means I can now pretty safely run top lane and push out the waves. This is, again, just going to apply a little bit of pressure to this tower, and it's going to mean that the enemy team bleeds resources top lane. And he dies as well, which is awesome. Can I push out one more wave? Jinx is up, Malphite is up. Is there any reason to push out one more wave? Probably not. I can just take my base here and then open through bot lane. Actually, Drake is spawning. Do I want to open through bot lane? Probably not, right? I'm gonna go Deathcap next. This build is very cool where you run Deathcap third. Like, you go Crypt Bloom second and then Deathcap third. I'm gonna open through mid lane here. The reason being is top lane is very far out, right? Drake is up, which means there's very likely to be a fight. And opening through bot lane just, it doesn't look too good to me. If I open through mid lane, I can push out the wave and then take control over the enemy jungle, which is always what you want to do. I can stop the enemy team from walking through at this angle now. Now, realistically speaking, I should run bot lane, but looks like my Varus wants to run bot lane. The reason being is Baron is up soon, right? Looks like my Caitlyn is basing, so I will be taking this wave. If my Caitlyn was not basing, I would not be taking this wave. I would be running straight to top lane. But we want to have some mid push because that gives us access to walk into the enemy jungle. I'm going to go collect top waves here. And again, we're just up 80 CS because I'm catching side lanes, right? Like, I'm the most fed champion in the game because of catching side lanes. Like, my Caitlyn has 9 kills and I'm ahead of her because I'm catching side lanes. Oh, this is a big fight. I might have to teleport here. This teleport kind of feels bad. I didn't realize the Malphite was going to miss his ult. Okay, we can play this. Play it a bit patient, maybe. Look for Mbessa. There we go. Am I dead? Oh, I feel like I had people behind me and then I didn't have people behind me. I'm kind of confused. Something made them not able to walk forward, I guess. I don't know what. But something made Caitlyn and Varus not able to walk forward. And I didn't really see what it was. Or maybe they were walking forward and I just misjudged the range. But I feel like I was in there for quite a while. Like, my idea of what happens there is I just full send it in, use all of my spells. If I die, that's okay, because my teammates will all be there to retaliate off of my death. That was the idea there. But looks like not quite the case. I have death cap now, though, so I have 3 items. Everyone else in the game is 2 or 2.5. Again, just because I'm farming. I have lowest kills on my team, but I have the most gold. Gonna open through mid lane here because there's a massive fight happening. I think my boys are all dead here, but they don't have a wave because we pushed out mid lane first. So what are they gonna do? Baron? Baron is in 1 minute or 10 seconds, so I don't think they can. I'm gonna run down here. Maybe I can catch someone. Catch the Lee Sin, potentially. Ult to redirect. Again, ult to redirect. There we go. Perfect. Very important skill. Ulting to redirect your Q just to get that extra bit of damage on the true damage. It's what deals the most damage. Okay, and Bessa opens bot lane. I don't have teleport, so I don't want to run bot lane. I want to run top lane, push out this wave, and then start taking over the enemy topside jungle because the Baron is spawning. Me running top lane here is going to force someone to come face check into me to take vision. If that person is anyone but Galio or maybe Lee Sin, then I think I one-shot them. Actually, it's pretty tough for me to one-shot anyone on this enemy team. And Bessa and Jinx are the only ones, I think. I think Malphite has support items, so he's quite tough to one-shot. But I'm going to go push out top lane instead. Or anyway, hopefully my Varus understands that he needs to open bot lane. And I'm just going to sit here and trap. Potentially a play to be had on the Jinx here, if I can land a charm. Nice. Yeah, that will happen sometimes when you just sit around and wait for someone to catch the wave. The enemy AD carry is just going to step up. I wasn't trying to kill the enemy Jinx. I was trying to kill whoever came in here to place wards. But I mean, if Jinx is going to walk up there and just die, then sure. Looks like there's 3 people on the top side here, so let's just... I mean, we can back off. We don't have numbers quite yet, so we can play it patiently. Like, we should be able to push out mid lane here with Caitlyn. I don't have my ult up yet, so I'm not really too interested in fighting. We don't have numbers yet because Zed is not there yet. So I'm just going to go push out this top wave and then look for fight when I have my ult up. Oh, am I dead? Oh, there's a Galio there as well. Maybe flash? I mean, they should just die here, right? I will just flash the Malphite ult, I guess. Oh, didn't flash it. Bit bad play on my part. That hits. And I jumped right into it again. I'm sure Galio ult will never make sense to me. I feel like you can be outside of it and it still hits you. Again, my Varus is looking for a flank here, which is very funny. You ever seen the flank in Varus? Let me tell you the tales. And that's just the game. Right, like, I am so far ahead of everyone else in the game. So far ahead. Like, I will be a full item up on the next fed person, right? Depending on what item I buy here. I actually don't know what's best. Banshees doesn't seem terrible. Like, this is the problem with this build. Getting your 4th item kind of feels a bit bad. Because you have to loop back around usually for a defensive item. Liandry's is possible as well, but I don't really know if I want it. Banshees is pretty good because the enemy team does have a lot of magic damage. Hourglass is not bad either. To dodge Malphite ult. The problem is, do I have the reaction speed to dodge it? Ask the question, right? I am 25 years old, so I might be a bit too old to dodge that. Just like we saw, I didn't flash it before, even though I was ready for it. Yeah, I'm gonna open through mid lane here. Magi's is just for the sake of it, because I think the game's gonna end pretty soon. Could open through bot lane. But I like opening through mid lane and then taking control over an area with my teammates. Looks like the Ambessa is here. Ult. Try to catch someone. That sucks. Be patient here. We don't quite have damage. Our Varus is in base as well. Try to catch the Lee Sin. I mean, I can just Hourglass. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. I'm incredibly dead. But maybe people die as well. I didn't make the enemy team commit very heavily. Okay, there we go. Nice. I'm gonna be honest, as much as I'd like to say, yes, with an expert debate on my part, I just thought I was safe. Like, I thought even if the Lee Sin hits me with this Q, I'm okay. I wasn't okay. I could die there very easily. I didn't realize that he would just wall jump kick me, which is like the thing Lee Sin does, right? But in my head, I had enough time to get back to my tower, but this tower is not safety at this point in the game, right? Like, it's a tier 1. That's not safety. Yeah, I mean, Zed's kind of equal to me in terms of strength or in terms of gold, but that should be the game. Yeah, the game ends like that. Up 100 CS. Lost early. Well, lost early. Galio impacted the map early. My teammates were pinging the fuck out of me. Doesn't matter. Patience. Push waves. Take over mid game. Push waves. Walk into enemy jungle. Look for picks. That's how you carry. And it's how you carry at every MMR bracket, by the way. It's like how you carry in Iron. It's how you carry in Challenger. Caitlyn had highest damage. Makes sense to me. She was slapping Lee Sin, Galio, Malphite, right? Like, your DPS is going to have a lot of damage in those instances. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. See ya. Bye, 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 bye. Hello, everyone. We're in Platinum, and you know the drill. We're going to be playing Ahri mid lane, and I'm going to be teaching you how to carry. So, we're playing against Aurelion Sol. This is part of a larger series, so this is a matchup that you specifically want to know about, or if you just want to know how to carry in around Platinum Elo, hopefully I can show you. We're gonna try to avoid stomping the Aurelion Sol too hard in the laning phase, although as Ahri you definitely have access to very, very aggressive trades against him. I want to show you how you can use the fact that Ahri pushes very, very quickly. So this is something that a lot of people need to know, especially at this point of rank, right? This is a very important concept where you're going to be using your spells on the wave as Ahri, which is going to create push, right? That gives the enemy laner one of two options, or it gives them two options. They can either try to hit you because you're on cooldown, in which case you need to gracefully step back and kite them, or they can hit the wave, in which case they go on cooldown, but usually they end up having longer cooldowns than you, which means you have an opportunity to trade with them. And I really want to show you how to do that. Oh, looks like the Aurelion Sol is face checking. I'm not going to take Charm. I'm just going to take W and chunk him out. He loses his flash early. That's awesome. Generally speaking, as Ahri, you want to generate push as quickly as possible. The reason being is this opens up an opportunity to trade with your W. Now, I had to use my W there to get minions because I kind of inted how I set up the minions, but that's okay. The idea is still generate push, auto-attack the wave. I'm going to slow down the auto-attacks here because I want the Aurelion Sol to miss out on this minion. And I'm going to position very aggressively to try to stop him from being able to even walk up and cast a spell on the wave. If he does that, I'm going to trade with him. So now he wastes his E. That means I can approach and trade with him again. Just quick trade and then back off. Let's not go for anything too crazy. We used our full rotation, then we can back off and just wait. And now we need to just get back to our last hits. If we have to use Q to last hit, that's okay. Generally speaking, if you can avoid using spells to last hit, that's even better. But sometimes you get into very awkward situations with spells. Now here, it's very difficult for me to really harass the Aurelion Sol under tower, so let's just go for a ward. Against ranged champions, generally speaking, you'll find it difficult to land any harass on them under tower, so just go for a ward instead. And this gives me a side of the lane that I can very easily hug, which now is going to make it a lot harder for me to die to a potential Graves gank. Walk up, try to use my full rotation. Completely missed everything, but isn't that a classic? Absolutely it is. But then just back off afterwards. It's okay to miss all your spells. It's completely fine, as long as you can just back off and not bleed. Because eventually you'll hit him. And when you do, you win trades. Q the Aurelion Sol. You'll notice I did 2 points in Q. Generally speaking, I really, really like this against ranged because it just allows you to generate push so much faster. Which means you'll get more timers to trade with them, right? So the Aurelion Sol is under tower again. I'm going to try to make his life a little bit miserable here, but it's going to be hard because I don't really want to step on the bot side of the lane, right? Because I don't have vision there. But I'm just going to make him waste mana, which is also okay. He's bleeding a couple of minions. He's down 5 CS, which is a pretty big success in my opinion. Want to make sure that I stand outside of the wave and then look for a Q on him. I hit it, but didn't get the back end of that, and then just step back. He is running low on mana, so we need to start thinking about whether or not we can stay in lane and try to bleed him out of mana. That was a very, very bad E by him. Let's walk up incredibly aggressive. That sucks. Am I dead? This is gonna get ugly, because Graves is just gonna chase me. I mean, I'm just gonna charm him and then run. But Graves is not bleeding anything by making me walk all this way around, because he wants to go for Scuttle Crab anyway, right? There's no way he's trapping this bush. Would be so stupid by him. Yeah. So Graves is kind of bailing the Aurelion Soul out of lane. I wasted a ton of time because I had to run away, and Graves didn't really waste any time because he wanted to go for that scuttle anyway. So I'm actually behind now because of that Graves gank. The Aurelion Soul is probably going to base. Let me see if I can walk up and cancel him. Losing health to minions doesn't matter as much here, because if I get a cancel on him, then he gets into a very awkward spot in the lane, right? Now, if he walked back correctly, then that would have been very, very awkward for me. I would have ended up being stuck in the lane. But it's very important to recognize when health matters and when health doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter right now because we're both pretty low on mana, so we both want to base. I actually kind of want to stay in lane for one more wave. It's going to be a bit greedy, but I think it's okay. The reason being is obviously Lost Chapter. I'm going to walk up and cancel him again with a Q. And then just push out the wave. I don't think I'll have enough mana for another Q, so let's just auto these minions, make sure that I get them. He's going to base and teleport. That's okay. He's going to bleed some minions to the tower here because teleport's slow. So we've built a 17 CS advantage despite the fact that I got ganked by the Graves and got forced off of my wave. Just by pushing the wave and slapping the Aurelion Soul. And then running away. Now, obviously, I am supposed to beat him in lane, right? Like, Aurelion Soul is notoriously weak in lane. But you'll notice I'm maneuvering around the wave to make sure that he can't hit me and the wave with E. So whenever he E's the wave like this, if he does it, I'm going to make sure that I run away and slap him. I have level 6 here. I have a pink ward as well. I think he warded this bush. I don't know if my Wukong cleared it. He'll have level 6 here as well. Gonna just go pink ward this. Okay, my Wukong did clear it. He wants to freeze the wave. I'm just going to walk back in and stop him. At this point, we want to see if we can start looking for roams, because we've hit our level 6. It's the crucial point on Ahri is getting to level 6. Realistically speaking, level 7 or level 9, so that you have wave clear breakpoints. Because that's when you can really start having fun. It's going to charm the wave, and then we're going to see if there are any roams available. This bot lane roam doesn't look possible, so let's instead just make progress mid lane by slapping the Aurelion Soul under tower and taking plates. My Wukong is doing Drake as well, so we need to be aware of that. I just want to push out this wave so I can have first move on the Drake. Feels to me like Graves is here, judging by the way he's playing. He usually wouldn't be walking up, I don't think. So we need to be a little bit aware of that. Looks like stuff is happening bot lane. So Graves is bot. Let me run down here. How does this look? I don't think Graves is catchable here, so let me just return back to mid lane. Place a ward here so I can catch the Aurelion Soul if he roams. Trap him here maybe. Nice. Play around Fog as Ahri and you can land picks like that. Like you can land charms like that. These are the charms that really matter. And this is why pushing and faking a roam is so important. Because the enemy laner will often feel obligated to try to follow you. I mean, he's just dead. Don't even waste your charm. Just ult on him and then wait and see what he does. If he flashes, then you just ult after him. Because if I ult and charm there and he flashes the charm, or I charm Q and he flashes both, then I don't kill him. But if I just play it patiently and know that I have more mobility than he can deal with, well then we're sorted, right? So I am stomping the lane a little bit harder than maybe I should, but I want to really show you guys how you can win the game by just pushing and fake roaming. That's it. Like pushing and roaming is all you need to be doing. Malignance here. Well, blasting one with a Dark Seal, I suppose. Is Malignance good this game? Yeah, enemy team is quite squishy. Probably a Malignant Shadow Flame angle. They're looking very, very squishy, and we want to play very, very quick fights, judging by the fact that I have a Wukong. Like, the enemy team is pretty good at extended fights, so I want to be able to one-shot the Aurelion Soul. Aurelion Soul does get quite tanky, though, if we're honest. I have reached my breakpoints now. It's when Ahri gets lovely and strong, right? That's when, that's really when you can start impacting the game, is when you get to your level 7 with a Lost Chapter and Blasting Wand, or when you get to your level 9, because then you start one-shotting casters like so. And you can just push waves and then leave. Look, Graves is doing grubs up here. I'm just going to walk up and stop him. Because I have permanent priority in mid lane. Nah, you're not getting these grubs. I'm going to force you off. Awesome. Now, I don't actually want to take a fight here. Why? Because I have no ult. I'm not going to walk through this bush because there's a decent chance the Aurelion Soul is trapping there. And if he is trapping there, I am losing. Aurelion Sol still beats me in the all-in if he's full health. Like, if we both just fight to the death with our fists, he beats me. Because Ahri has notoriously bad DPS, right? Looks like we're doing grubs. I'm gonna move if anything happens up here, but I really would love to just snack on that plate. Okay, the Aurelion Sol is mid. I'm coming this way. Can definitely kill him. Ult on him, jump, redirect, then just check. Okay, I think flash was a bit overkill there if I'm super honest. But maybe I can catch the Aurelion Sol here. I don't think he should have W, so let me just run away. Now I have to be patient, because if he W's onto me here, I can die. Because I don't have charm to cancel it. But now I have my charm up again, so I can walk up again, and then push out the wave, and then go fog again. Could pop my potion and continue laning. But I do have a ton of gold. But I have teleport coming up quite soon, so I think I can just continue laning. The scary part here is if Aurelion Sol somehow manages to go onto me and dodge my charm, then I have to burn my flash, which I would obviously prefer to not have to do. I'm just going to go ward the top side. It's very unlucky that Thresh decides to gank at that point. Do you have a flay for me? Oh, nice. You cancelled him. Okay, he's just dead. Nice. I don't have my ult, but Graves realistically cannot kill me and everyone else is accounted for on the map, so I can pretty safely slap this plate. Aurelion Sol has teleport, so we're going to need to push out the next wave and then go for our base. And he will more than likely just teleport back to lane, and I'll base and then teleport back to lane as well. I don't have my ult up, so going for a base is awesome because that means my ult cooldown is going to be ticking while I'm in base instead of while I'm in the mid lane. That just means that I'm trying to be as efficient as possible because if my ult isn't available, I'm not going to be roaming anyway, so I might as well be in base, right? I'm going to go the one-shot build this game with Magic Pen Boots. Going to grab a sweeper at this point, probably a pink ward as well. Just because we are going to start switching into this roaming style. And by pink warding these bushes out here, you can kind of very easily bait the enemy laner into trying to follow you on a roam. And then you can chunk them out. You need to be a bit careful of the fact that there's an Aurelion Sol here. I don't know how this game is losing. Top lane is also losing. I thought top lane was stomping. Bot lane is also losing. I thought bot lane was stomping. It's going to be a tough one. Like, mid-jungle, we're crushing, but our side laners are getting destroyed. Well, top lane is not getting destroyed, but bot lane is getting destroyed. Stay mid lane, push out the wave. Probably want to start... I was going to say, probably want to think about a Drake. The problem being is if the enemy bot lane's there, there's not a lot we can do. Okay, so I see people coming back to mid lane. I can probably be a bit annoying to the Aurelion Sol here. Try to charm him, cancel his Q, make sure he misses minions, and chunk him out. Usually what good Aurelion Sols will do is they'll stand with a Q, and then they'll bait you to using your charm on them, and then they'll cancel their Q and dodge it, and then abuse your charm cooldown by Wing onto you. But this Aurelion Sol is not that good, so we can get away with just throwing a charm at him. But that's, like, you have to be pretty aware of that when you're playing against better players. I mean, do I not just... Yeah, okay. Awesome. I was worried if Graves was on the top side here. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of stomping lane a little bit too hard. I think that's my bad. That is really my bad. I feel like I haven't done anything crazy, though. I'm just kind of slapping the Aurelion Sol on their tower and pushing waves. And then walking into free kills. But maybe I should just not kill him. I'm going to take my base here because I don't have my ult. And the waves are crashing mid lane anyway. I know that my Wukong wants to go for a play on the bot side here, but I can't really say that I'm too keen on that. Mostly because I don't have my ult available. And as you know, Ahri without her ult, she is such a caster minion, man. She is just not very useful. It's also why I love playing Malignance instead of Blackfire Torch. Aurelion Sol is looking to answer to this roam. That's fine. That means I'm just going to go push out my wave. That's all good by me. Like, if Aurelion Sol wants to go for a move, that's all good. I'll push out my wave, and then I'll respond. I don't have my ult anyway, so it's not like I really want to go for a fight here because I don't have my ult, so I'm quite useless. I see Graves top lane. Aurelion Sol was super low. I see two people bot side, so I know no one is mid lane, so I can pretty easily just slap this tower. Now, slapping this tower is going to be a bit bad because I can't fully take it. So I should just slap the tower and then see if I can make my way to bot lane because I have my ult available now. And the Aurelion Sol should go to match this push to make sure that the tower isn't going to break. And I can go bot lane with a numbers advantage. So now I'm just going to ult on the Jhin here. He knows I'm here, but that's okay. I think just ult on him and we'll be okay. Nice, he dies. I could threaten bot tower here, but I'm just going to take the wave and then run back to mid lane. And we're just going to keep doing what I'm preaching, which is push the wave and then do something. And when I don't have ult, I'm not really that keen on doing anything, so we'll just wait. We are keeping the game somewhat stable. The problem is just side laners are bleeding heavily, man. And my Wukong is not that far ahead despite the fact that he's 6 kills. Like, Graves has a lot of camps on him, or a lot of CS on him. I don't like the idea that my Thresh is fighting here. I don't really understand the reason. Like, I'm no ult. I mean, I can try to save you, but just leave if you would, please. Push out the wave here. Like, I have no intention of fighting this, because I don't have ult. But I'll stop the Aurelion Soul from coming mid lane. So he'll bleed a bit. Nice. I see Jhin. Aurelion Soul is probably in base. He's not. Okay. Let's just back off then, because I don't see the enemy support, and I don't see the enemy jungle, and I don't have ult up, so I can die quite easily. Oh my days, the Graves is 2 items? Wait, he's a bit strong, I can't lie. Shove out the wave. Aurelion Soul probably still mid lane. He has big ult. I would love to just ult on him to try to take that. I think it's worth it to just try to take his ult here. Damn, I wish he ulted instead of flashed, if I'm like super honest. I'll try to slap the tower a bit. Okay, so he big ults anyway. What a waste. Maybe flash? That hits. I still think I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, nice. We got his big ult, we got his flash. Ilaoi came mid, Mel came mid. I lost my ult, which kind of sucks, but he lost his big ult. And I dragged 4 people mid, and I have my item in base now. They're gonna play Herald. I don't think there's realistically anything we can do about that, so I'm gonna open through bot lane. I mean, I think Herald is just kind of foolish, isn't it? I don't have ult. Do you really want to play it? Like, if you really want to play it, we can play it. You have a good flank there. But I'd much rather just go bot lane. I am very keen on teleporting here. Okay, there's going to be a big fight. Let me just teleport mid lane. I have my ult up. I thought this fight was going to be gone by the time that anything happened. I mean, don't we just murder this guy? He's almost dead. That should be Herald guaranteed. I can be annoying to Graves here as well. Okay, so Herald should be guaranteed. So with that, let me just approach bot lane. Let me just run bot. Maybe I can catch the Graves on his bot side jungle. Maybe this ult is a bit much. No, he dies. That's a teleport. That's from Aurelion Soul. Herald should be guaranteed. Let me just get out. I don't have my ult. So let me just go bot lane, push out the wave. And now after pushing out bot wave, okay? I don't have my ult. But I killed the enemy jungler using my ult. And now I'm pushing bot waves. That's going to force the Aurelion Soul to come bot lane to match my push. And I don't have ult. So it's not like I'm a big threat in fights. So I'm dragging down an enemy champion while I'm not very useful in fights and while I'm collecting resources. So that's just an overall win for us, right? Like, the Aurelion Soul has to match my push and I'm waiting for my ult to come up anyway. I might go try to chunk him a bit here. Huh. He should W on me there. I don't know what you're doing here. Just go mid. I don't know. Why are you here? Like, what's the point of this then? What? I don't understand. We're just dropping mid wave? Why? I don't get it. You want to siege an Aurelion Soul? Yeah, how well do you think that's gonna go? Like, if you're super, super honest. Do you think it's gonna go particularly well? Because I personally don't really. Can't say I'm happy about how he's playing this. I'm very, very annoyed at what my team is doing. Very, very annoyed. Because I mean, they just have a free mid push, man. Like, why are you bringing the fight to me? I want to be in the side lane because yeah. I don't know what to say. Let me just run mid lane. I mean, very, very frustrating when people play like this. Very, very frustrating. But I mean, so it goes, right? I'm just going to open mid lane. Like, I want my Corki to be away from me. I don't want him to be near me. I want to be the one applying pressure and then moving to fights. I don't want the fights to come to me. That is not what Ahri wants, because then everyone has vision on you and everyone knows where you are, and it's very difficult to create picks. But if you're the one moving to fights, it's very difficult for the enemy team to anticipate where you are. So I'm just going to go mid lane and push out. And my team, they can oink in bot lane all they want to. That is fine by me. I'm just going to push out mid lane. But you can see, like, if I die there, it's pretty dodgy, right? Like, enemy team can start looking for a comeback because it's a lot of gold. So I'm just going to push out mid lane and then look to move down. Sweep the enemy bot side jungle. Make sure that no one has vision on me. They have a pink here. Maybe I can find a flank on the enemy Jhin here. This looks pretty promising. So let me do that. Good dodge by him. Could wait for my spells, but I don't know if I kill him. So my Thresh actually just didn't... Yeah, I mean, I'm just dead. Can you block for me? Nice. Sweet. My Thresh, I thought he was gonna ram the Jhin, but he just ran around. I mean, it still works, but my days, it's not pretty. Okay, we got all their summoners. And they... I don't think they bled a mid wave. I think Aurelion Sol caught it with no problem. But that's the idea, right? I'll have first move for all of these plays so I can be there first, impact the fight, and then the enemy mid laner is going to be late. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing because my teammates seemingly want to continue playing bot lane. That's fine by me. I'll just run mid lane, push out the wave, and then see what I can do. Probably top lane looks good. Although I could maybe even just keep pressuring mid lane, to be honest. Because the Aurelion Sol is dead. So I think push out one more mid wave and then he's going to come match that. And then we're going to take control over the enemy bot side jungle. Again, with Sweeper. So we're just going to take over this area. My Olaf probably wants to go bot lane. I'm just going to take their pink here. Yep. Oh, did I kill myself? Oh, I have to ult out because Graves is there. Oh, I'm just dead. Yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking. I thought Graves would not be there, to be honest. I can't charm the mill either. Yeah, I mean, it's not great gameplay, to be honest. But I don't know... like, my Corki is so insistent on side laning. I don't understand. Why do you refuse to go mid? You... She doesn't die, does she? No. I mean, this is terrible. It's a 3v5. This should not work, like, under any circumstance. I mean, I'll have teleport up, but... Yeah, I don't really understand the idea of Corki side laning and split pushing. Maybe I can do something here, but I think that Atakan is gone. Let me go bot lane, because in my head, what's going to happen here is Ilaoi is going to run bot lane and try to take this tower, in which case, I'll go match it. I just don't know why he wants to side lane so much. Like, you have a perfectly fine mid lane available to you, and you have an Olaf and an Ahri who's Omega fed that can side lane. So I don't really get it. You don't run teleport. Okay, gonna shove this out, and then we're gonna see what we can do. Could have maybe ulted to catch him there, but I don't think so. I mean, the name of the game is gonna be very, very simple. Olaf is gonna have to go side lane, and Corki is gonna have to eventually go mid lane, otherwise this game is gonna be unplayable. Like, if I have to keep catching mid waves and I can never side lane and my Corki gets stuck in the side lane, the game is going to be unfathomably unplayable. Gonna sweep this enemy bot side jungle and then just trap. Push out the next wave here as well. That's going to force someone to come down here. Yeah, there's the middle. I could ult on her, but I don't know if it makes sense. Jhin is top lane. So she's here on her own. But is diving her even possible? Like, if we're super honest? All this? Oh, she didn't even... Excuse me? Okay. I guess I'm losing to a level 11 support. Okay. That's awesome. Wait, what? What? Excuse me? I mean, she didn't W, so my play didn't work. Teleport mid lane here, I guess? I'm kind of griefing my Corki here. The reason I want to teleport mid is because there's a top play going on and we want to play for Drake as well. So if I can push out mid lane here, we're going to be generating pressure. I honestly thought I'd be able to dive the mill. I was kind of assuming being up 4 levels and an item would be enough, but clearly not. Okay, push out mid lane. Take control over the enemy bot side jungle again. This is warded. Can I clear it in time? That's great. Now we're going to look to be annoying. My goal here is not to DPS the Drake. My goal is to stop anyone from contesting. And this is like a very core idea on Ahri. So I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to charm whoever comes in. And then I'm going to chunk them out and run away. Oh, you want to fight. Could work, could work. Would love to give you some vision. Do you want bot wave? You should go mid lane, I think. No, you want bot waves? Yeah, of course you want bot waves. Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. Oh, there's a Graves and there's a Jhin here. I mean, I'll just early ult. I think it's okay. Might be a bit too aggressive, but am I just dead to the Illaoi? Almost. This game feels very, very tough for absolutely no reason. I feel like it should be an easy game. Why is it so hard? Because I can't ever push side lane and take vision and then create picks, I think. Let's sit up. Let's sit up and focus. You know the meme? Like, sit up, lock in. So my Olaf is bot side, so I'll go top side. Never mind, my Olaf is running mid lane. Olaf, you should not end up mid lane. Please don't go bot. But now we're ending up in this situation again, where my Corki can't decide what he wants to do, so he's faking running bot lane, and he's faking me out being like, oh, am I going bot lane? In which case I'm like, okay, well, if you are, then I will go top lane. And then we're all good, and my Olaf is now running mid lane for some reason, and now he's coming bot lane, and top lane is completely isolated and dropped. Why, man? We're dropping waves. We don't want to end up with Olaf mid lane. Like, that's the absolutely worst case scenario here, is Olaf is sitting mid lane, because that fella cannot generate any pressure at all in a 2v1. Or in a 1v1 for that matter. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Push out bot lane, take control of enemy bot side jungle, and then see if we can find a play on the mid wave. I mean, it's the name of the game. You already know. Sweep this area. Pink ward here. And then look for a pick on mid lane. You can see Aurelion Sol is bot lane. Now, I don't know why my Thresh is bot lane as well, but I have first move to this play. Not pretty. I don't have any teammates. But my Thresh is 1v1ing the enemy. Oh, am I dead here? I think I can keep running. I think I'm okay. Run the safe way. I don't know what my Thresh is doing. Like, what are we doing, man? Yeah, let me 1v1 the enemy Aurelion Sol. Now I have to sit mid lane here because I don't have any ult, or I don't have ult, and I don't feel comfortable side laning, and I want to protect this mid lane tower if possible. Charm the enemy Illaoi. I'm gonna get chunked a bit here. That's okay. She gets chunked as well. I should be fine. I don't know why she's ulting. I want to wait for this to run out and just take my base. Okay, run top lane probably, but Drake is spawning in a minute, so we might want to go there as well. Am I gonna need... What am I gonna need? Hourglass is not bad. Magi's is not bad. Hourglass I'm thinking, because then I can just full send it and the enemy team has... But Banshees is not bad either, because this Mel is a pain to deal with. Like, I can't lie, this Mel is hurting a lot. Is it Banshees? They have Aurelion Sol as well, who's gonna damage me regardless, because I'm gonna step on his E in fights, and I'm gonna get hit by his ult. Hourglass, what can I realistically speaking Hourglass? Mel ult, Aurelion Sol ult, Graves ult, gives me armor, which is good against 3 of their champions. It's not bad either. It's a tough decision, I think. But I'm just gonna push out bot lane here, try to force someone to come down here. Looks like my Wukong has decided to kill himself mid lane. Not exactly ideal. My Olaf is dead top side as well. Enemy team is gonna go Baron. Okay, I guess I will base, get Seekers, and then TP. I think Seekers is necessary now because, I mean, this is a game deciding fight. And Seekers will give me more than any other item right now. So let's go. Let's rock. Ah, bad Hourglass. I don't think that's enough. Okay. Okay. So they got Nash. Is this warded? It is. That sucks. If it wasn't warded, I might have been able to catch the Illaoi on the back end. Drake is spawning soon. Push out mid wave. Oh, the Jhin is super low as well, but I don't think there's anything I can do. He might have ult, actually. Okay, my Corki kills him. That's great. I can't play this with you, I'm afraid, buddy, because I do not have ult. So I'd love to just base, clear this ward. Drake seems pretty good. This game is so chaotic for absolutely no reason. I can't really buy anything. I could go upgraded boots, I suppose, but I'd actually rather just save the gold for an hourglass. Okay, we are instantly doing Drake. Let me run top lane then, because Corki is probably going to go collect bot wave, and I want to start applying pressure on the top side of the map so I can generate some push up here and then take control over their top side. And Olaf, realistically speaking, should be going bot lane here, and then my Corki can base and go open through mid lane. So I want to already be top lane by the time that my Corki is pressuring mid lane. So then I'll have an opportunity to take vision and then go take their jungle and then look for a pick on the mid wave. But I want to push this as quickly as possible because the faster I can push this top side, the faster I can take vision in their jungle. But man, this game feels hard for absolutely no reason. I feel like people are just kind of useless. Like, if I'm super, super honest. I feel like no one is really doing anything. I have to be a bit scared of a face check here. Okay, I see Mel, so I'm not too scared anymore. That guy can be annoying. Okay, he ults. Don't I just run out and then call it a day? Yeah, okay. So that's nice, I guess. I'll base here. Okay. What a dodge. I think I just ult down, though, and then I'm fine. Yeah, we're good. The guy has a lot of magic resist, and I am not building magic penetration. So I can't kill him. Like, this guy is impossible for me to kill, just because of the amount of magic resist. Yeah, my boys are dying again. As expected. Yeah, wouldn't want it any other way. I don't really know how to carry this, to be honest. I feel like people are just unfathomably useless. But my Corki is, like, fed. But he's not dealing damage. Okay, I need to block for you. Okay, just drop this tower, please. Just drop it. It's okay. All of our boars are griefing. Just drop the tower. Oh, I killed myself. I didn't think he had ult up. Oh, that's the game. Yeah, that's the game. Like, I'm so surprised. Like, I'm just... Like, it's just genuine shock at how poorly everyone played. That I couldn't do what I wanted to do mid-game. It was like... it was like my teammates put shackles on me intentionally. That was so annoying to deal with, actually. Wow. Because the way it worked is they just refused to let me do anything. It was like, well, it was like, I'm going to go mid and I'm going to fight. And then it was like, Corki was like, I'm never going to go mid lane. I'm only going to side lane. Then I'm in a very awkward spot, right? Yeah, that was a miserable game. We are in Emerald against the Zoe. I honestly thought I was playing against Silas, so I wasn't paying too much attention in the draft, but I probably would have taken Resolve knowing that I'm against Zoe. This is a matchup that is very, very movement dependent, and if you end up getting hit by one sleep bubble from Zoe, you can just lose the lane instantly. So be very aware of that. I would recommend, if you're not super comfortable dodging Zoe E's, or if you just haven't played against Zoe a lot, probably take Resolve in this matchup and be aware that if you get hit by 2 E's, you're probably dead. So you can also dodge it if necessary. I don't think I've had the toughest time in this matchup because Ahri does have the lovely tool of just being able to W to get additional movement speed that kind of helps you dodge the Zoe E, but yeah, it's a scary matchup, man, because if you have, like, sometimes your hands just don't work right. Like, sometimes it just feels like your hands are bricks and you just can't dodge anything. And if you're playing against Zoe and you're having one of those days, you're gonna go 0 and 10 in lane. It doesn't matter how many tricks you know to kind of counteract Zoe and, oh, I can do this to bounce the wave like this and that. It doesn't matter. If you get hit by her E, you're losing lane. So if you can't dodge her spells, you're gonna be in for a rough one. So I'm actually very excited to see how this is gonna go, because recently I've been playing quite poorly mechanically because I'm not playing a lot of games at Challenger, so I'm a bit rusty mechanically. So we'll see how this goes, actually. Oh, I am also running Teleport and she's running Ignite, so she does have a lot of one-shot threat. Maybe that's something that we can play with, where I can look to take very aggressive trades and then teleport back to lane and make it difficult for her to try to look for an all-in. Gonna take W level 1. Generally speaking, as Ahri, W level 1 is awesome. Just, I think the only matchups where you'd realistically take Q is You can do it against Victor to generate push, because you can't really trade with him level 1, and then you can do it against Talia to make sure that you match her push. Okay, so it looks like my Thresh is dead. Just don't give it to Zoe, and then we're okay. Yeah, okay. He did not give it to Zoe. That's great for me. I don't even think I can sit here, because the Zoe bubble can come from here to here, so I have to step back a little bit further. Oh, I am a bit worried. Zoe took bubble level 1 though, which means as long as I play around the minions, I should be able to take very strong trades against her and hopefully deny her some minions or just get a winning trade going. So what's my Graves doing? I realistically speaking don't want to run to help you if I can avoid it. Okay, I'm going to start pushing level 1 just because I want to get that CS advantage going already. Gonna try to see if I can slap the Zoe. I want to try to bait out her E if at all possible. We should have a timer now where I can trade with her. Should be a bit awkward for her. Okay. Quick trade and then run away. She doesn't lose any minions, but she does lose health. She can't really match my push either. This is gonna be awkward for her again. And step back. Quick poke, step back. She doesn't have a way of trading back with me, so I can land a lot of auto attacks and W's on her. Okay. She will hit level 2 here. So now she can actually play the game, but we do have a 100 health advantage. She wasted her Q. So I'm going to look to Q her on this. Q her on the minion timers. Step back. Wait a bit. We've generated a pretty solid HP advantage. Crash the wave here. Make it a bit miserable for her to land these minions. She pops her potion. She loses 2 minions. Probably want to go ward the bot side to make sure that we're not going to die to a Sylas gank. Because now is the timer where Sylas is probably going to gank. So I should be a bit careful here, realistically speaking. I don't want to let the Zoe just push out the wave for free, though. I am a little bit concerned about that. I'm just going to go ward our Wraiths and take a point in E. The point in... Okay, so we see Sylas. Okay, that's good. The point in E is to stop the Zoe from being able to walk up quite as easily. I'm going to hold the wave here just to make life a little bit miserable for the Zoe. This is going to force her to walk up, which is going to make it a little bit harder for her to play. Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to contest that on my own. Like, there's no... Like, you can ping it all you want. I'm not moving in there. Yeah, I understand, brother, that he's there. I am not moving in there on my own. Gonna see if I can snipe Zoe with a Q when she goes for CS. Kite down behind my minions. She's gonna play for a Canone. That is crazy that she walks up while being on cooldown. I'm gonna step up. I know that her W or her E is still on cooldown. Step up, Q her. Step back. Where's Sylas? He is bot lane, so I'm pretty safe. And she's popping her potion here as well. We're gonna shove out this wave and then probably go for a ward in the bot side river. Graves should be able to get resources on the top side here. Push out the wave. Go for a ward bot side river to make sure I'm not gonna get silenced. Make sure that Zoe is feeling a bit miserable under tower here and loses minions. Bit of a bad charm. Need to back off now because I don't have my charm available and I don't know where Sylas is, but we have managed to get a 6 CS advantage and a 2 health pot advantage just by sitting back and looking for Qs and going for the... Well, not sitting back. I've been looking for quite aggressive trades and trying to punish her when she's on cooldown and stepping up like this and then slapping her and then running away. Whenever you're on cooldown, just run away. She's not quite close enough to death here, but she is wasting her Q here, which means she has no actual damage follow-up, so I can make sure she loses some minions here and she can't really trade back with me. She probably wants to grab this smite, which is okay by me. I'll trade with her. Dodge that. Sylas can probably gank me from top side here, so let's hover bot side and then just look to crash this wave and then take my base. I can't realistically kill the Zoe here. I don't have the mana to do it, so it's important in these instances to realize, like, I am winning lane pretty hard here, but I don't actually have the mana to go for that one-shot for the kill, so let's just take our base instead and leverage our constant push into getting a good base off, and then probably teleport back to mid lane, instead of trying to look for a kill that's never going to happen because I don't have enough mana, and then just sit mid lane and bleed and get into an awkward situation. Teleport mid lane here. I don't think I cancel her, but that's okay, because she's going to bleed an entire wave here. I'll just shove out this wave. Use my teleport to deny her a wave. I have level 6 here as well. Bot lane just got kills, so I can't really do anything about that. I would have loved to roam on this timer, because this is when I have my CS advantage, or my level advantage. But I'm just going to continue pushing out mid lane. Push out mid lane now, probably going to run top lane and see if I can find a play on the Jace, because I'm going to have one wave of tempo, where the Zoe is going to be collecting this wave, and where I'm going to have ult, so I can look for a roam. So I'm going to look for top here. That does not look possible at all. Let's just run back to mid lane. Maybe I could have dove him. Because my Yone is going to hit level 6 here as well. Decent chance that I could have dove him there. But I'd rather just not go for a play that I perceive to be risky. That sucks. I'm going to lose a lot of health here. Oh, never mind. She didn't have enough cooldown to Q again. I was full on expecting to lose a ton of health there. That's kind of the thing about Zoe as well. If she has her Q on cooldown, it's pretty difficult for her to trade with you even if she lands bubble. I'm going to walk down here, get my push, and then... I might have to ult here. Yep. So it goes. I got completely baited by my team. I thought that they knew Sylas was on the Drake. That's why I face checked down. But they didn't know, so I just lose my ult now, and now I'm in a pretty awkward spot. I mean, I don't mind looking for this. If you can hit a spell, then it's good. Oh, this guy should just die, right? My flash was bad. My flash was really bad. My flash was terrible. My flash was so bad. Oh, if I flashed better, it would have been so much better. But I'm really annoyed at the constant spam pinging on Drake when they don't know if Sylas is on it. That is very, very frustrating for me to see. Very, very frustrating for me to see. I think we might have just thrown the game here. Yeah, okay, now we have to play from behind. That's for sure. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit rough now. This is gonna be quite rough. My Graves also feels very, very useless, but I mean, I missed every single spell there. I want to go cancel the Zoe's base if at all possible. Because then I can at least get some advantages in the individual 1v1. I mean, the reason this didn't work was because I assumed Sylas was on Drake, judging by their like spam pinging, and that he just wasn't on Drake. He was just trapping. So then I lost my ult before the fight even begun. Well, I can get a plate here at least. We're still ahead mid lane. I'm up 27 CS on a plate. I need to take my base here. If Sylas is bot lane here again, then that just sucks. I just need to take my base and grab my blasting one, because now I have a break point where I can pretty consistently, or where I can one-shot waves and get constant priority. So I'm still okay mid lane. Like, I'm still ahead of the Zoe. It's just gonna be rough because Sylas is very strong now. And that's gonna be tough to deal with. That's gonna be very tough to deal with. Can we even fight the grubs? No, my Graves is too weak. This guy is non-existent, actually. Okay, that's gonna be a bit rough then. They're gonna just get grubs. I mean, what can we realistically do, right? Like, you are not a champion. You need to go collect bot waves. I dodged into it. Oh, that sucks. Do we have enough damage for me to just play utility? I think we do. So I'm gonna play Emax here and just play utility Ahri, which is Emax and Horizon Focus and full cooldown reduction. I mean, I cannot contest this grub play. So instead, let's see if we can make a play happen on the bot side while I have my ult available. Let's see if we can get behind them. Sylas goes for a dive top lane. Well played to him. Ping that I'm on my way bot. I would like for a commit here. Oh, this is great. Enemy team is committing. Is this not just a free kill on Braum? I will early ult just to catch him. Just make sure he dies. Yeah. I mean, I can't really get the Yunara, I don't think. Okay, she ults. Do we have damage? Graves ult. Nice, okay. Then run back to mid lane now. The reason I aimed for Braum was I was pretty confident that the Yunara could just survive anything there with her ult and her jump. So I didn't even want to waste my spells on her. I just wanted to take the guaranteed kill. Problem here is if Zoe is good, she will try to chunk me here as I come back into the lane. Am I dead? I think I can die here. Close. I think I was dead if she ignited. I respect that she's willing to play it that aggressively though, without knowing if I'm there or not. I think I can shove out the mid wave here. Yeah, I mean, you should just run away, right? Shove out the mid wave here, because Zoe is looking to contest Drake, so I can get push and then take my base now. And then I don't bleed anything. We lose Drake, but so it goes, right? Like, what can we do? Take my base here, get Malignance, look for Dark Seal as well. Merc Treads are not bad this game. Just enemies playing Zoe and Sylas. Merc Treads are pretty good, I think. Makes it a lot harder for them to murder me, that's for sure. Open back through mid lane now. I have Malignance. Zoe is gonna take her base now, so we probably want to see if we can make a play while she's doing that. Could try to cancel her as well. Nice. Just don't look at the health it's gonna take. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean by if you get hit by one spell by Zoe, you're just in for a world of pain. I think she can kill me here, actually. Maybe. Like, if she jumps in. Oh, I'm just dead. I have to play in the wave here, and she just kills me with Ignite. Nothing I can do. Like, it doesn't matter if she hits a spell or not. All I can do is take the wave. It's so crazy, right? Like, if you get hit by one E, you just... I don't care that Zoe only has 50 AP. You're just dead. That's how it goes. Right? Like, that's ridiculous, man. I hate this champion so much. But if you dodge her spells, she's completely useless. Like, if I don't get hit by that E, she can't play the game. I think TP bot lane here looks pretty good. But I don't have a good TP. Do I? I think this can work. This TP is maybe a bit much. Why would you... She's dead, man. Why would you go back in? She was dead. She was just dead, man. Oh, bro. Oh, no. You gave her a double kill for no reason. Okay, well, gonna run back to mid lane now. If Sylas is trapping the bot side, yeah, I'm just dead then. And I miss Charm as well. I think I'm okay. I think I survive. But I lose my flash now, and we bleed a ton mid lane. Yeah, Zoe is gonna get unfathomably fed here. And I'm gonna be put quite heavily behind in terms of XP now. I mean, it's just a flip there. If Sylas is bot side, then it sucks, right? But I think I need to run bot or mid lane as quickly as possible there. Well, I don't like that bot lane is losing this hard when we are actually putting a lot of resources into them. I don't like that. I think my Thresh is also gonna die here. Okay, nice. Do we have damage? No, we don't. Is my Graves gonna do anything? Like at any point? You can just look to alter maybe? Ult? That sucks. Okay, nice. We get the kill. Awesome. I can take plates mid lane now, but looks like my Graves has decided that he wants my minions. I don't think you should try to play this, to be honest. I think just back up. Can you leave? Oh, maybe we can kill. Oh, this is massive. Okay, he dies. Run bot lane now. See if we can make a play happen. I have tier 2 boots. I can get bot very, very quickly. Oh, never mind. My Smolder is making magic happen in the isolated 1v1. Okay, he wins the 1v2. I will just go back to mid lane and push out the wave now. I don't see a reason to run bot lane if the enemy AD carry is already dead. Okay, we're back in the game. Despite the fact that everything has gone horribly, we're so back in the game. Probably want to look for a top roam here. I could try to just take another mid lane plate, but I have my ult available, so I actually do really want to look for roams. And I think if I can get the Yone ahead and like back into the game, then he can be a massive threat in the side lane this game. Oh, this is great. I will early ult, I think. Just one-shot the wave. Charm. Give it to Yone. Nice. Then come back to mid lane now. I want kills on the Yone. I see the Zoe mid lane as well, so I don't have to be too worried about her trapping me. So I'm just gonna run this way. She's probably sitting here waiting for me. And now I just have to play calmly and wait, be patient with my spells. Because I don't have my ult, right? So I can't really look for any plays. And Zoe still slaughters me in the 1v1 if she hits an E. But this should give my Yone a pretty big advantage on the top side, which is awesome. That's what I want. Oh, if you have a hook for me. This feels a bit risky though, does it not? Nice, good hook. Charm, Q, dead. Nice. Can maybe play mid lane. You're dead bot side and I don't have ult. Can my Graves defend it in the isolated 1v1? Probably not. But I think I can just take mid lane tower as a response. Because I don't think I can defend this either because I don't have my ult. I would have liked if the Yone actually opened bot here. But I will take a mid lane tower as a trade. But we're gonna bleed this tier 2 regardless, I think. Mostly just because I don't have ult. Now, if the enemy Sylas runs straight mid lane here, I think he can actually stop me from taking this. Yep, he can. That sucks. The Sylas is playing this quite well. Like this entire sequence. I just have to take my base. We bleed a tier 2 for that. This is pinked as well. Don't cancel me, man. Okay, look for Horizon Focus. Maximum CDR. Top lane gets solo killed after I give him a kill and plates. That's tough, man. That's tough. I feel like everywhere I'm not, the game is just falling apart. And I don't have my ult available enough to help my boys actually stabilize the game. Zoe's gonna jump in here and look for an E on me. So I'm just gonna catch the wave while standing very far back. Jay should die here. But enemy team should overforce on the bot side. So I don't know if we can realistically do anything. Like my Smolder is gonna die again here. To Brom. Yep. As expected. Think I can maybe threaten mid lane tower. Miss Charm. That sucks. Okay. He's not gonna ult here. Would be crazy. I mean, maybe I can run down. The problem is Silas is gonna run down as well. Maybe I can catch him here and chunk him out. I mean, he's for sure running down, is the problem. I think my Yone is just dead to him. Yep. Are they gonna take tower? They can, for sure. Do you have a hook for me? I didn't get my last ult off. Sucks. Sucks. No, don't FF. It's completely winnable. Yone is just you. Okay, I mean, could be worse. Could be worse. Could be worse. Could be worse. We lost the Herald with 1 health, man. Oh, man. Horizon focus. The problem is I'm going quite a supportive build this game because I assumed that my teammates would be doing a lot of the work. Mostly considering the fact that I have 3 very high damage dealers, right? So I figured if I can just land a charm on one of these targets, they're gonna die because we have enough follow-up damage. I think I'm realizing that's not gonna be the case, just judging by how people are playing. Yeah, we're gonna bleed a mid lane tower here. Shione is just sprinting it. Oh, push out top wave. Then run mid lane, I guess. Jace is gonna catch this wave. Maybe we can run mid lane and make something happen. Need to run around this way, I guess. And then sweep this area. Make sure that they don't have vision. Pink ward here. Be a bit annoying to the Braum, but I'm not killing him, that's for sure. Ah, maybe I can actually. Okay. So what's going on here? I think he dies. Use my ult here. And then ult again. Okay, so we get a kill on the Braum. I guess I will go cover mid lane. Nice, good charm. Do you have a hook for me? Do you have a hook? Hey! Come. It's free kills. Oh my god, my Graves is he is typing in he is typing in chat right now and he's not paying attention to the game, man. He could have killed her for free there. Like, she almost turned it in the 1v2. Silas can be up here, so we need to pay a little bit of attention because we can die quite easily. Death cap seems pretty reasonable next, just to get as much damage as possible. Looks like my Thresh has killed himself. Oh, unless? Do you have an ult for me? Oh my god, and he wins. Okay, so we're so back in the game here. Smolder should realistically try to threaten this tier 1 bot lane. I don't know why he's not. No one can be down there except for Braum. I'm gonna threaten this tier 1 in mid lane. And then maybe we can win the game now. This has been such a chaotic game. I don't think you can defend it against me. You will press E, so I tank the tower, right? Yeah, so I inevitably hit you. And then I will just slap the tower and run away. And then we're okay. Okay. Surely I just press my ultimate button here and I am good. And you crit. And you crit. And of course you crit with 25%. Why wouldn't you crit with 25%? I mean, it just makes too much sense that you would crit with 25%, right? I would survive there if she doesn't crit, by the way. That is absurd to me. I could have played it so much cleaner. If I didn't tank the initial 2 tower shots, because I spaced poorly, then I would just survive there with no problem. That sucks. So it goes. Now my Smolder dies bot lane as well. Yep. I think next play is I open bot lane. My Smolder opens mid lane. I mean, you can see I will have my ult available basically at every single point of any fight now. Because I just used it and I just died and then I respawned and it's already back up again. That's kind of the benefit of going for a build like this. Okay. Don't like that my Yone is still dying in the isolated 1v1. He does need to become a side lane threat, otherwise this game is gonna get quite rough. I also don't know if we can do a whole lot here. Enemy team is probably gonna play Atakan, but I can't really take space on my own against the Zoe. Because I will get murdered. I mean, they're here. Okay, my Thresh, I think, is just gonna run into death. And that was correct. Try to slap the Braum a bit and then run away. Catch mid wave. They're probably gonna run Atakan. Sweep this area. Make sure we're not on vision. Then run through here. Try to avoid getting Zoe'd. Maybe we can take some space here. I think that was a mistake on Zoe's part. Slow. Okay, nice. Can we Atakan off this? Should Atakan for sure. Clear this pink ward. And then try to be as annoying to the... What are we pinging? What are we pinging? The problem is Sylas can be here and we have absolutely zero vision, right? Okay, Sylas opens down here. I don't like that my Smolder is not here. I mean, I will try to stop the Sylas. Oh, he takes my ult. That can make it a bit annoying. I'm trying to play over the wall and try to slap him. Wow. Yeah, I mean, is he not just gonna pentakill? I feel like this is just massively losing, isn't it not? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this should have been such a free win, and it just wasn't. And now you're gonna flip it? Or what? Oh no, he dies. Okay, so we still get the Atakan, which is okay. I missed every single charm there, so it's also like just very easily on me that I missed so many charms. But I feel like my Smolder should not run mid lane there. We should just do the Atakan. Or we could have just not done the Atakan at all and then just taken 2 mid lane towers or tried to take 2 bot lane towers. That would have been, or a bot lane tower and a mid lane tower, that would have been fine as well, to be honest. I think that's probably what we should have done after Smolder decided that he did not want to play Atakan. I think I can teleport behind the Yunara mid lane here. It's just such a chaotic game, I'm so sorry for that. Like, this is not cleanly played or anything. This teleport is a bit bad. Should have held it for sure. There's a chance that Yunara is just overstepping and I can catch her on the next mid wave. Yeah, there we go. Sweeper, baby. She dies, she cleansed. That was a very fast cleanse by her, though. Push out this wave and then probably just base. Because I don't have ult, so Sylas can very easily open through mid lane, and then I die. Could go take some bot side vision. I guess I could go take this red buff as well. And then try to help my Smolder get this bot lane tower. So we pink ward this. Then we go take one more wave. And then we try to play for this tower, I would like. Top lane is gonna die in the isolated 1v1 again. I have no doubts. Oh, never mind. It was not an isolated 1v1. This should be a free bot lane tower, which is awesome. Maybe we can even threaten the mid lane tower here because the enemy team sent 3 people top. And I almost have my ult coming up again. And if you can hit a hook, then he dies. Okay. Oh, wow. This is not ideal. Play it a bit slow. Look for the charm on Yunara. Completely whiffed. Play it a bit slow here. Bad charm again. Keep playing it slow. Play for spells. Be patient. Very important. Oh, I did not see Yunara was above me. Electrocute. Oh my god. Run. Jace is below me. Keep running. Okay, do I dodge this? Whoa. I think I'm dead to Zoe though. Oh, I did not mean to auto that ward. Whoops. I mean, there's gonna be a QE coming. Can my charms hit? Like, I just need one, man. Just one charm to hit, man. Just this entire game has just been missing charms on repeat. Oh, it's making the game so much harder because I'm missing every charm. Do they have any magic resist? Only on Braum, and Braum is not realistically speaking my target, so I don't really care. Banshees doesn't sound terrible against the Sylas. Hourglass sounds pretty good against Yunara and Zoe because that allows me to Hourglass if Zoe bubbles me. I could also just go for something that's more CDR. Like getting more cooldown reduction so I can just get more spells sounds pretty good. So maybe something like a Crypt Bloom, anticipating that they will start building magic resist and then getting a ton of cooldown reduction. Sounds pretty good to me. I could also go Banshees and just function as more of a frontliner. I have also wanted to... Oh my god, we're fist fighting without me. Uh-oh. Are we losing the game here? Yep, we are. Of course we are. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So now we need to contest against the Zoe with no frontline. That's gonna be quite tough. Zoe is inting the entire game though, so maybe it's playable. Keep playing it. Slow, slow, patience, patience, patience. And ult out, and then my team kills everyone. My team kills everyone. My team kills it. What are you doing, buddy? You just run? You just leave us like that? Very important that you just play it slow, wait for your spells, slow chase. If the enemy tries to turn, then you back off and you wait for your spells to come up and then you go. Now I could also try the legit Korea build, where he's going like Force of Nature and playing kind of like tanky. That doesn't seem terrible either, to be honest. Because then I don't get one-shot quite as quickly. Where can I see my death recap? It was up here. Oh, it's here. What did I die to? What does this mean? I don't understand. 4,000. Is this my damage? Okay, and then it's what I tanked. Okay. Well, let's try Force of Nature. Let's try tank, right? Like, the idea with this build, or the idea behind me going defensive this game, or utility this game, is my teammates have a lot of damage, and we have a smolder, so I just need to make space for him. So if I can go tanky and make sure that my Zoe, or the enemy Zoe, cannot one-shot me, then I think that makes a whole lot of sense. I already have enough damage to basically one-shot any one of these targets. So let's play defensive and play for my smolder. And we will go the tank build. And the Zoe is about to get very surprised here by thinking that she can one-shot me and then not having any magic penetration and me having Force of Nature. It's gonna jump scare here, I am sure of it. I want to just sit around mid lane here. Mostly because we have Baron and my teammates are quite strong. So I just want to sit around here and make sure that we do not get engaged upon. And then I don't want to be in the side lane when this happens. Like, bot lane is fighting. I can TP. Do you have the kill? You do have the kill. Okay, it's a 1-for-1. Okay, I guess I will go collect the waves then. We should only really want to play on 2 waves at a time here. Because if we play on 3 waves, we're kind of spreading ourselves too thin here. Are you forcing this play? No, you're not. This is not a force? No, it's not. It's not like an all-out committal. Like, it's not a massive fist fight that they can't stop fighting if they don't want to. So I'm paying a lot of attention here to see if I need to teleport. That is probably a good indicator of I need to teleport. Yeah, this looks terrible. I don't know how this can possibly be my fault, like, if I'm super honest. This guy does not kill me. Time it. Nice. Jace is spawning. Got bot tower. I don't know why I'm getting pinged. You just had to play it a bit slowly. You full committed. We could have gotten 2 inhibs there. We could have dragged them apart and put them in a very, very, very awkward spot. Now, I don't have any armor here, so I think the Jace can actually beat me in the isolated 1v1. So let's just run top lane here and continue applying pressure. Enemy team is bleeding on the bot side. So if I run top lane here, push out, that's going to force someone to come cover this, and I will also get enough gold for my my item here. My little Dead Man's Plate. Yeah, that's the one. Put the base here. Sell Darkseal. Always feels bad, but let's get our Dead Man's Plate and see if we can play this. I mean, they do have no wave clear, so it actually isn't terrible what my teammates wanted to do, which is just like full out group on and then dive. Because they do have no wave clear and Smolder can kind of slowly take the tower, but I think it just makes more sense to split them apart. Makes way, way, way more sense. We want to sweep this area. Do I have my Graves with me? No, I do not. I mean, I can go set up the bot waves again. You need to back off for a little bit here and just wait. Set up bot waves here. Look for the bot tower. Look for the bot inhib probably. And then just wait. Take this. I mean, the only problem with this build is it falls off a cliff in terms of damage potential. But you are giving your team a lot of utility. In terms of you can now act as a frontliner. And you can buy space for your team. And you can go in and kind of surprise the enemy team, right? So we probably want to force a fight here. But we should be on the mid wave. I don't know why we're not. Let's just run in here. Look for the Zoe. Okay. Look for Peel. Slowly. I can go in. Look for the Yunara. Keep playing it. I am very tanky. There we go. Should be the game. I mean, you can go in with this build. And you heal quite a lot because of your passive as well. But that was very funny. I like that. Yeah, what a game. Tough, tough, tough game. After the early game especially. Tough, tough, tough game. I mean, the only reason it worked out was we managed to find picks on the mid lane. It's one of those games where everyone is just oinking, so you need to just like be very willing to give up CS to go group up with your teammates to try to force a play whenever you have ult available. And then get back into the side lane and apply pressure. But man, that was tough early game. I do want to see damage though, but looks like the League client just doesn't want to work. So, sorry about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed regardless. Have a good one. See ya. Bye 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 bye. And we are now in around Master tier. I think this account is around 200 LP in Master. We're playing against Vlad. I know this is a matchup that quite a few people have asked me to play against because they're struggling against Vlad and specifically how to navigate it. I will say I can't go easy once I get to this MMR range. I kind of have to actually play properly and play for trades. I can't just sit back and let the enemy laner do whatever they want. So this will be a little bit more mechanically intensive for me, and you'll have to be able to properly follow the mechanics. But I think the decision making still makes a lot of sense. The rules of Ahri still stay very, very consistent at the higher end of the ladder. It is still play for quick trades, play around your cooldowns, play for push, and then look to roam. And don't try to play for 1v1s because it doesn't matter that much. It obviously just gets considerably harder to get pushed the higher up you go the ladder, because the enemy laner is like, well, I don't want you to have push. I want to fight you for it. So yeah. Name of the game this game. Bot lane should be impacted a lot. We have a very aggressive bot lane. Jungle also matters a lot. Aphelios or Kha'Zix can solo carry this game quite easily. I want to start by autoing the wave already. Vlad sucks at last hitting on their tower, so if I can generate push, then that's massively important for us, or for me. Do want to slap him a little bit. He's going to slap me as well. I'll get my electrocute proc, then back off. He has W on cooldown now. I'm going to miss one minion. That's okay. I want to try to go for another punish if he Qs. He does not Q, so I will step back for a little bit. He Qs now, so I will try to punish him for that minion. He will now have his enhanced Q, so we need to be a bit careful. In all likelihood, he will use it on a minion, but that now means he's on cooldown again. This is a mistake by him, because I get level 2 first. So we have a massive trade on him. Now I need to crash the wave and see if I can get a ward out. So we've won the HP battle. The problem being Vlad can very easily heal up. I don't know if I can necessarily move for this. Does this kill? No, but Riven kills. I should hope. Nice, good enough. So we managed to leverage our push mid lane into getting a kill for our top laner. That's awesome. Vlad should try to punish me here. I'm just going to step back, make sure that I don't take unnecessary harass, then get back to my lane, collect my minions. I like doing double points in Q in these matchups that are ranged. He's going to try to harass me here a bit. That's okay. I'll trade back with him and then just wait. And then Q the wave. Very aggressive by him. Respect. He's going to use this enhanced Q on the wave. That's fine by me. I'm going to harass him for this minion. I know that he doesn't have Q available. I just completely whiffed my Q. I did not anticipate him to dodge into the wave. Seems like a very odd thing to do when you know that I want to hit the wave as well. So I kind of expected him to dodge out of the wave. My skill shots in general have been quite poor lately, I am noticing. I just want to push this wave and then look for my base. I don't actually want to trade with him here because he has this enhanced Q. He should not want to trade with me here either, though. This feels like a mistake from him. Do I not just auto you once and then you're dead? What did he heal off of? I don't know, he healed off of something. I'm just gonna push this wave and then base. I can't actually kill him despite the fact that he's super, super low health. I got to take his flash, that's about it. Need to take my base now and then probably teleport back to mid lane. He's not running teleport, so I can probably get to get a wave advantage on him here. Very important to pay attention to what's happening here, because there's a good chance that Nidalee can just show up. Oh, I don't want this item, I want this item. Pink Quartz seems pretty reasonable to me. I'm gonna rush Lost Chapter. It's very important that you get Mana Crystal first item, because generally speaking, the thing that gatekeeps you in lane is not your ability power, it is your mana pool. Need to get my Kha'Zix ahead. He feels like he has been bleeding quite heavily. Oh, you're fighting this? Oh, you're just gonna die quite easily, aren't you? Yeah, you are very, very weak. You're level 3, bud. How do we play this? My Nidalee, or my Kha'Zix is getting absolutely clapped by enemy Nidalee. Despite the fact that we helped him quite a lot. Bad charm, but that's okay. We can still trade with the Vlad. I missed my Q as well, which sucks a lot. I might bleed a little bit here because of poor spell usage. I am worried that my Kha'Zix is going to bleed his top side, though. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I can do. My Kha'Zix is horribly losing. Yeah, I want to go up and help you, bud. The problem is just if you die too quickly, like Nidalee's just going to run up, and then what can I realistically do, right? No, she ran up, brother. Maybe I can chunk out the Vlad here a little bit. Oh, very good dodge by him. I mean, not a whole lot I can do. I don't think he kills here. I don't like how my Kha'Zix is playing this at all. This is getting very rough just because of how poorly Kha'Zix is playing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. He's making this game incredibly hard. Can you jump and kill him? Nice. Okay, I mean, that works. Don't just be happy that you got a free kill on the Vlad. I'm gonna stay mid lane and push out the wave. Like, I cannot help you. I need level 6 before I can do anything. I want to push my wave before I do anything. Okay, looks like my Riven should be able to collect a free kill here. Nice, that's good. Such a strange game, I'm gonna be honest. Such a strange game. I'm missing a lot of spells on the Vlad as well, but the ideas kind of stay consistent in terms of I want to just play for push, and then it's on the Vlad to stop me, and I can beat him in quick trades where I auto WQ and then run away, and then he has to heal up to be able to continue trading. And while he's healing up, he usually has to use spells on the wave, which means that I can push him in, or I can trade with him because he's wasting spells on the wave, right? This matchup does get rougher the further on we go, though. Mostly in the sense that if Vlad is good, he can pull this, and I can't land a very good trade on him. But usually you can open with Charm, and if he decides to pull it, well, pull has a pretty long cooldown, right? So I missed the cannon there. That sucks. I can try to pull him here as well. Okay, I think he dies here. Nice. Solo kill. Yeah, this is what I mean by if he ever pulls, you can kind of commit to him. So you just need to land one big trade, and then you can snap go on him. Nidalee can be here. Vlad doesn't have teleport. As long as I stand in the minion wave, Nidalee can't realistically land a spear on me. So it doesn't matter if she's standing in fog here and trying to hit me. Now I have to be a bit worried. You see? She's there because I don't have a minion or to block me. So I have to kind of get ready to maneuver around the minions. I'm going to take my base here. The problem being is I don't quite have enough gold for my item. So this feels a bit bad. Because I am going to play Malignance this game, and I'm probably going to play a one-shot variation. But I don't have enough gold for blasting one, so I'm basically just backing for boots and then coming straight back to the lane, which feels terrible. But you can see, enemy is now lane swapping because Vlad can't play. Because all you need to do, like, you need one trade where you hit the charm, and then you need to threaten him to pull, and then you can all in him. And that's literally it. That's literally it. Looks like my Kha'Zix is getting caught here. Not a lot I can do. I don't have my ult, so I'm not going to look for any plays. Just going to push mid. Push mid lane. Singed is probably going to come collect mid wave. I can try to be annoying to the Nidalee here. Yeah. I'm not actually trying to fight this because I don't have ult. I mean, she's just doing this. There's not a lot I can do. Like, I can't walk up there and contest her on my own. And looks like my Riven kind of has no intention of roaming up there. So I'm just going to continue pushing out mid lane with Q here. I have quite a lot of push potential because of my Dark Seal. I have stacks on it, right? So I can push the wave quite quickly. I do still want to walk up and see if she's doing camps here. I'm pretty sure she is. She took wraiths. Yeah. Yeah, Singed can run up here and it can get a bit awkward for me. She could be on this. I mean, there's no way to really know. Like, I can't do anything just because of Kha'Zix. Yeah, I understand that you want to fight this. If you autoed him, he was actually dead, I think. Because then it would have slowed him. But I'm just going to push out mid lane again. Like, I fished for my play with my ult. That's all I can realistically do. You playing grubs? My ult ran out. Just last second, my ult ran out. That sucks. My Riven is getting solo killed by Vlad. I can trap here. And then Nidalee is gonna come down and check. Oh, you were not ready for me to go for that play. Do you have flash? I pinged and you didn't follow. That's really annoying. Because now this play kind of sucks. Yeah, now I mean, we just have to leave now, don't we? Are you just dead? Or what? I land another charm, but I don't know if that's enough. She dies. Singed can come back. I think my Kha'Zix kind of played that very, very poorly. My Kha'Zix is not very good, it feels like. Riven also somehow gets solo killed by Vlad, even though Vlad is 0 and 2, which is concerning. I'm just going to take my base here because I have Malignant and my ult is on cooldown. So let's just base. Is he going to cancel me? If he is, then I will just land a massive trade on him and then go ahead and keep playing. He can W to cancel me, actually. I just remembered. I'm just going to teleport back to mid lane because we're probably going to be playing grubs. I don't quite have my ult up yet. Did we get one grub? We did. Okay, so enemy is at least not getting 3 grubs. Singed is running straight there. I mean, I'm going to shove mid wave and then instantly run up. Okay, we're out. Good enough. As long as Riven doesn't die. Nidalee is probably going to cross through mid lane here, I would imagine. But there's a world I can get a plate here and then just use my ult. Nah, let's leave. Nidalee can so easily cross through mid lane here, and it would probably mean that I have to use my ult without Singed having to use his ult. Try to see if I can trade with him over the wall. Not quite. Singed is actually a bit scary for me, just because of his W. Like, he will just press W on me, and then I can't ult. That's gonna be annoying in team fights. Oh, I missed the Canone again. Slap him a little bit. I would just love to get the plate here, if I'm honest. Wait for the red buff to fall off, then slap this tower a bit. Maybe charm him. Miss, run away. Q, run away. Want to make sure that he doesn't get easy access to the wave here, so I can have permanent priority. Very important that I just have perma priority. I can definitely look to move. Take the wave. Singed is for sure here, but that's okay. I mean, we can't really do anything, right? Can we maybe play this? Nah. It feels a bit dodgy, doesn't it? Like, we can't realistically force anything here. Oh, you want to fight it? I don't think this is good. I will just go back to mid lane. Go back to mid lane, push the wave out, call it a day. I don't like that my Riven is trading with the Vlad. I don't like that Vlad is getting kills. Concerns me a lot. Let's run back to bot lane, push out the wave, and then run. Try to see if we can find a roam. Oh, this looks great to me. Oh, this looks awesome. Early ult is good. So he had flash, so my boy just lied completely. Someone said he doesn't have flash, and then he just flashed out. Okay, but this is okay. We get a double kill for our Tristana. We can sweep this and then run away. I'd prefer to not fight this, honestly. This is okay. I used my ult. I got a double kill. I'm going to come back to mid lane. Singed can definitely be there. My Tristana can die very easily here with Singed, because I'm not there. But I should just go back to mid lane, push out the wave, and then I can threaten this tower. Okay, yeah, we're dying bot lane. I mean, we're trading, but so it goes, right? Ah, it's a 1-for-1. It's not bad. I get a plate mid lane. See if I can trade with the Aphelios a little bit. Yumi's gonna open mid lane as well here. I'm the kind of beast that just hits that charm. Hopefully Yumi dies here as well. My Kha'Zix is now collecting kills. This is awesome. I mean, this is a great game for Ahri. Like, we've had so many things go our way this game. And bot lane is also winning now. It's awesome. I'm gonna keep applying pressure mid lane, probably shove out the next wave. I'm not gonna go for plates. Actually, I could go for plates because I have my ult available in case we want to play this Drake. If he insta-takes the Drake, I probably just base here. Because Singed is gonna open through mid lane again. So I also have a ton of gold, so let me just base. Realistically speaking, Shadow Flame looks pretty good here. And full AP. Why? Because the enemy team is quite squishy. They have 4 quite squishy champions that can all be one-shot. You can also very easily argue that I should have played CDR boots with Horizon Focus and Emax second, because we already have a ton of damage on my team. So if I can CC anyone with Charm, they're dead. So the more charms I can get off, the more kills we're gonna get. I think that makes a lot of sense as well. I would have been happy with either build variation. The worst build variation you can do is WMax. And then like a mixture of the two sounds terrible. You have to commit to either or. Are you going to play for a lot of charms and then let your teammates carry with the damage? Or are you going to try to carry with the damage? And I'm electing to carry with the damage, which I think is okay. You could have also gone Horizon Focus. Gonna push out mid lane here. Could pressure this tower, actually. I think just threaten the tower. Seems pretty good to me. Singed is mid. Yeah, I understand. I might face check into an Italy here. I am a bit concerned about that. Yeah, I mean, but what can I realistically do, right? Like, you understand what I mean? Go back to... So my Riven is just getting blasted by Vlad, or what? Singed is missing. He could have roamed the bot lane here. Yeah, he is bot. Well played by him. I'm just going to take mid lane tower for that. I'm not even going to teleport to try to follow this play. I have a mid lane tower guaranteed. If bot lane, if only one person dies, it's a massive win. A 1-for-1 is an even bigger win. Like, we get a free tower mid lane for that. I can't teleport if you are worried about getting dove. Which you shouldn't really be. But I would prefer to just continue pressuring mid lane here. Because the enemy team can bleed a tier 2 here if they're not paying attention. Like, Nidalee needs to come cover this. Because Vlad is top, right? Oh, you got dove? Maybe my bad. But my Kha'Zix is making miracles happen down here on the bot side. And I'm just going to keep pushing mid lane. Like, no one is coming to match me. So I can take a free tower. You remember, like, usually I'd say people like going for bad roams that kind of hang themselves. Like, this happens in every elo. Usually in Diamond, like, and below, this is where it's most frequent, but it happens in Master Tier as well, where someone will just, like, go for a roam and then give up 2 towers. Like, we just saw that happen. We just saw that happen in Master Tier. It's 200 LP game. That just happened. Okay. See if I can go down and save my my little boy here. Good flash by him. Very fast. Just don't play it. It's okay. We took his flash. It's fine. Come back to mid lane. Maybe I can chunk out the Singed here. Oh, no. Miss. That's okay. I, realistically speaking, want to base quite soon because I have a ton of gold. Looks like my Riven is finding solo kills as well. I'm just going to push out mid wave again. In all likelihood, Singed is roaming top lane here. Low battery. That is unfortunate. Yeah, Singed is roaming top lane. Not a whole lot I can do. I can push out the wave and then take my base. They have a lot of people bot lane. Should try to take this tower. I can just base and then teleport down. Could try to defend the tower top as well, but that feels quite risky. I think just teleport down. Look to play for the dive on bot lane. Sounds awesome to me. Okay, my team already got it. Well, in that case, I'm just going to continue shoving out mid lane. Maybe I can try to trap the Vlad as he moves down to defend. Realistically speaking, I think just shove out the wave. And then just move down myself. Yeah, they're on that. That's okay. You can just play for this tier 2. I'm just going to go down and sweep this a little bit. Chunk this Vlad out. I mean, I can't kill him, which is okay. Okay, so he pulls, but I still have my charm, right? And then he's just dead. So you can just kind of chunk him out, one rotation, and then follow up rotation, and you can kill him. It's very important you have all your spells available when you go in. So we got our bot lane tier 2 here as well. Just gonna take my base here. And then we're probably gonna start side laning now. With my Tristana opening through mid lane. I'm not really gonna buy anything. I want to move into Death Cap next, just so I have absolute one-shot potential. Need to pick up my little Hex Gate here as well. But I mean, we've kind of carried the game. In the sense that I've had complete and utter control over mid lane. I have the highest CS in the game by far. I'm 2 items. Everyone else is 1 item, except for my Tristana, who we have just given a massive advantage by roaming bot lane and by giving her 2 towers bot lane. By not going for a play topside that we knew was happening, but instead responding with a cross map. Maybe I can chunk out the Singe to see does this. Does he know? Whoa, he knows? No, it can't be warded. We have a pink. Oh, you have to be very, very careful here, brother. You have to be very careful. I don't have any pressure bot lane yet. I need to push out my waves first until I can start really doing anything. We're going for a top tier 2. Nidalee is probably going to play Drake here. In which case, I will run up and try to stop her. So she's not playing Drake. What is she doing then? I guess I will take mid wave. Push out mid wave, run bot lane, collect the wave, make sure we defend this tower. Seems reasonable to me. Push out mid wave in case my teammates need that. Then run down for Drake. They were on the Drake. Look for a one shot on the Riven, ult out, or the Nidalee, ult out. And then can probably just run bot lane, push out the wave here. I don't need to help on the Drake, so let's immediately stop chasing the Singed, right? Like, this is the #1 rule of League of Legends. Don't chase the Singed. Instead, just immediately recognize where can I go to apply pressure and get resources, because there's no world I want to waste my time chasing this guy. I would much rather just get my minions and apply pressure. Even if I kill him, it's just not worth it, man. Because I'm wasting so much time where I could be applying pressure and where I could be getting minions. And that's guaranteed. So we're going to push this out, push out probably one more wave. And then look to take our base. I am a bit worried that the enemy team could all be running bot lane here with Aphelios Yuumi. Looks like they're not. That's great. So they're bleeding minions down here right now. And they're losing tower health as well. Because we decided to push out right now. Aphelios gets to collect the wave. But that means he has to spend time running down there to pick up the wave. I don't have my flash now, which kind of is annoying. Who's opening bot lane? Looks like Riven is. Well, this is one of those instances where I can't run bot lane here because Riven's opening bot lane. I can't really open mid lane because my Tristana is already playing here. And top wave is too far out. So the play you go for in these situations is you open around mid lane. Just to make sure that in case a fight breaks out, you are here for it. And you can find a potential pick on the mid wave here if someone is overstepping on the enemy team. So for example here, like this play would be awesome. Now my teammate's not paying any attention whatsoever, so it doesn't work. But we could have easily found a pick there. I also missed my charm, right? So like, but that's the idea. So what are we doing here, right? Like, what is actually going on here? I mean, I will dodge downwards. Oh, bad charm. I didn't expect him to dodge into the wave. So what are we doing here? We're taking their camps, okay. This looks terrible, by the way. Looks awful. Okay, a lot of damage. I think I am dead. Like, no matter what I do here, I will die. I don't like what my Nidalee did. I also don't know where my Kha'Zix is. Was he soloing Atakan? Oh, he was soloing Atakan. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it just looked awful. From the moment where we decided that we wanted to try to go in, like, our AD carry is unfathomably fed, and the enemy AD carry can't deal damage very easily unless we dive in. So the way to win is just play for our AD carry and try to one-shot whoever gets on top of him. Now, I looked for a pick over this wall and it missed. I probably should have just instantly ran back to top lane after that happened. Like, realistically speaking. And then played for a teleport. What are we going to play for? Probably Drake. Probably going to play for Drake, which means Nidalee wants to open bot side because she doesn't have teleport. I would have loved to open bot side because it would mean that I could trap this side of the jungle and make it very obnoxious for the enemy team to try to face check into it. But looks like we'll just open top side instead and then try to see if I can get enough gold to pick up my death cap. So I have death cap for Drake. Could be pretty big. Would be absolutely massive to have that. So he pinged here. It's okay, I can keep shoving out top waves. Maybe I need to sell my Dark Seal. That would suck, but so it goes, right? Sweep this to make sure I'm not getting trapped. Looks like there's a play happening around mid lane. Keep the Vlad on the bad side, I suppose. Can look to go in here. Look for Nidalee. We probably don't want to continue playing this. Found the Aphelios. Okay. Need to charm the Vlad here. Run away. That sucks. Do you have spells for me? Oh, Hourglass. Okay, well, I need to run then. I think I die here. Nah, I think I'm out. Riven is taking bot inhib, so it should be okay. Need to make sure that I don't die to a Nidalee trap or something. But I do have death cap now and Drake is spawning, so let's just take our base. Tough decision here. Do I open top lane and then teleport down to the dragon? Or do I run down to the dragon and then look for a pick and then try to secure the dragon? I think the dragon is so important that I should open down here because it's soul. So if I can make it annoying for the enemy team to try to contest, then pretty good chance that I can look for a pick here as someone moves into the jungle. So I'm just gonna pink this. Damn, I was not fast enough. If I teleported, then would have been quite clean. But I didn't. Could trap this bush. Yeah, warded. Need mid waves then. Yeah, this is quite annoying. We don't have mid waves, we have no vision. We don't have our Tristana here yet, so this gets a bit awkward. Can potentially look for an angle here. Someone could be in this bush, I don't know. Yeah, Singed is there. I mean, I will just try to slap the Vlad a bit. Okay, I mean, I don't mind ulting on the Vlad. There we go. Yeah, we have a quadra kill. Quite just like that. Oh yeah, we can end bot lane. Sure. Sure. We can end bot lane. I could have based and maybe bought a Sheen and that would have helped, but yeah, we should be able to end bot lane here. There we go. I just need to keep my Tristana alive. That's #1 priority. She will out DPS everyone else. Although in this situation, she didn't do a whole lot in that fight, it felt like. I don't think she needed to jump away from the Vlad either. I feel like she kind of got a bit too scared. Realistically speaking, I didn't need to peel for my Tristana there. I just don't think the enemy team can win if the Vlad is dead. And I have all my spells up. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Solid game. 10-1-10. In around 200 LP. Let's have a look at the damage dealt. Let's have a little look if the Riot client decides that it wants to work. Tristana did have highest damage in the game, which makes sense, right? But yeah, 200 LP. But what's the enemy, Vlad? Master's here 200 LP, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. See ya. Bye, bye, bye.